Hello, hello!
Hey!
Hello.
Forever.
Oh, gotta mute that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Dragon Roleplay, where we are not professional voice actors, we are not gaming gods. We're just a group of friends that have been brought together through the love of story who want to share our tabletop adventures with all of you. A few things before we start our session proper. It is currently April. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary of Tribus. I've been telling these stories with this collection of people, with a few additions and a few subtractions along the way for a year now, which is amazing and exciting. We have a few things planned this month to make it a little bit more special. First, the bad news. Next week, we will be taking a 1-week break from the game. We scheduled this before our internet issues that we had last week that kept us from playing. So it's a little bit of a bad timing, but we're still going to do it. We're going to take a 1-week break from the game and stream just to rest my overworked DM brain, give us all a little bit of a reset. Last week was a great breath of fresh air, so I'm looking forward to having some time and help get those creative juices and excitement levels kind of reset for the rest of April. The real reason we're giving you the week off of Black Dragon is because the following week is going to blow your socks off. Your socks off. Yes, blow your socks off. April 16th and April 18th are going to be, as the kids call it, bangers. 16th, we'll be officially adding a new cast member to our ranks. A former guest player will be returning in her guest badge to become a regular player. Our friend Brenna from Bryn Nailed It Writing Streams has given me the details of her official Tribus character, and it is lovely indeed. We should be ready to meet her the next session, so tune in April 16th. You will not want to miss that.
Hey!
Lastly, yeah, I didn't tell you guys. I was keeping it for streaming.
No,
It's exciting.
I saw you two.
Yeah.
On the voice chat.
Oh, scandalous. Yeah, so she's officially coming to stream with us starting on the 16th. So very excited to have that happen. Lastly, to celebrate our 1 year of stories, April 18th, we will be presenting a fireside chat and evening with Moose. What I've done is I've had one-on-one interviews with all of the crew, most of the crew so far, but we'll be having interviews with all the crew members about D&D, about the game, about me, about their characters. I'll be putting it together as a podcast-style conversation, kind of collage of our conversations. I'm really happy with the interviews and excited to share that with all of you guys and to share it with the crew here. I hope that you have 18th. Hope to have that out on the 18th in lieu of our community game night. So make sure you tune in to that, if at all possible. If you can't make it to watch the Fireside Chat live on Twitch, we'll be posting it on our YouTube like we do all of our Black Dragon RP content. We post all the videos that we make on stream on Twitch. They eventually go to our YouTube channel. So Black Dragon Roleplay on YouTube is where you can find all of our content. Go ahead and drip on that subscribe button like it's chocolate rain.
Chocolate
Hello?
rain.
Hello?
Sorry, I'm
Hello?
That's
Hello?
Really?
Yeah. Sorry.
so 2000s.
Alright, so without further ado, I think it's time to...
Saoirse is now rolling at disadvantage.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It's alright, I forgive you. Oh, we'll talk about that later. Let's start off with our recap. The last time we met our brave adventurers, we were in Hummelstein, visiting the father of Saoirse. Saoirse has enjoyed the downtime and kind of catch-up time with her father, including an early morning fishing trip with most of the group, while Bran and Boltzmann struggled with catching anything of importance. Saoirse and her father spent some quality time doing something they both are very fond of. During a quiet moment, Aiden approached his daughter and made sure that she promised that the journey ahead would not be too much. He cared little of the bravery or the stubbornness that had made her a great soldier, and needs to know that Saoirse would make it home to go fishing with him at least one more time. team comes back home, and they begin to get nervous when Saoirse's mother is expected but does not return home. With now some nervous energy brewing, the group sleeps and finds their mother still missing. Fearing something has happened after a pair of sending spell messages were not responded to, the team goes to Dolheim, where, after a series of unhelpful leads, find out that a few missing persons reports have been filed in the area over the past few weeks. Aiden, now more anxious for his wife, takes off back towards Hummelstein, promising to track down and find his wife. After a few hours of travel, the team makes camp, purposefully making a large bonfire in the hopes of attracting ne'er-do-wells. In the middle of the night, a watchful boltsman sees a figure who runs away, even though boltsmen demand that they stop. Saoirse and Aiden easily track the fast-running figure to a cave before a confrontation begins, and that is where we are currently. Yeah. We are currently...
Stop the ne'er-do-wells!
Stop the ne'er-do-wells! How often do they do well? Ne'er-do-well. So yeah...
You're on fire tonight, Moose.
You know.
Yeah.
I know. So let's begin our... Oh, what do we do? There. Whose turn is it in the order? I believe that Saoirse, it is your turn to begin us off. We are currently in combat. You guys have two large armored persons with like a dark armor to them. One very fast individual with a hand that seems to be kind of blackened and kind of disfigured, who's running around and so far hasn't met anyone yet in attacking. What are you doing?
Okay. So she is going to gently sidestep here, and then take a shot at this guy. Let's see, where is it? Make sure I have her sheet up. Yeah. She'll take a regular shot. Nope. And then she is going to pull out one of Boltzmann's explosive arrows and take a second shot. I'm guessing a 17 does not hit.
A 17 does not hit these guys.
Okay, so...
It doesn't hit me, right?
Yeah,
nope.
It wasn't a natural one, so hopefully it just flies past and explodes.
Oh, God.
No, a 20 does not miss, so you take fire, and the arrow just goes off to the side, does not hit them, goes into the dirt behind them, causing a explosion to happen, kicking up dirt and rock around.
Okay. Does it scare the bejesus out of any of them, at least, would be my hope, but let's see.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Any other things?
Nope, that's she just has 2 attacks, so that will be her turn.
Okay. Dante, what are you doing? Yes. I would say currently it looks like he does not see you. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll say that it would be for you. I won't make you roll in athletics. I'll just say that it's it'll take. I'll say it's rough terrain, so double movement on that one block. 10 to get down. Oh, 5, yeah. 15, yeah, 15 all up. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely didn't see you there, so.
There you go.
26. You flip your wrist, and this liquid dagger comes out as you're kind of sliding down in this very movie type slide down this hill, and flip your wrist, flipping out the liquid dagger and stabbing him. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
Still damage.
Okay. Okay. Are you disengaging? Cutting, actually, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Camille,
Yes.
what you doing?
Well, she is just going to see if she can land a hit on Black Cow too.
Yeah.
Just gonna go with that. With just a regular attack.
Okay. Go ahead and swing away.
Come on, baby. Oh, come on. What?
Ooh.
One hit.
The one hits.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
12 on Black Cow 2. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, so you're able to swing and connect, and the brunt of your blade actually connects and rips him in the side. And actually makes damage.
Okay.
Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it. She's just gonna stand there and... Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Aiden. Let's see. My printer just went off. That's lovely. He will be make a bow attack. See if it rolls. See if he makes it. He does.
Ooh, fancy.
That's who Saoirse learned it from.
So he draws back and takes a shot at the fast boy with the bad hand, spearing him with a bow to the shoulder. I think that's what he can do. Is there no. Which ability gives you the 2 attacks per round?
That's just as a ranger. He eventually get 2 attacks.
Is it listed as something?
Yeah, it should just be extra attack. Under... Yeah, that's what I'm checking now.
That's what I thought. I thought that was the case, but
yeah,
I'm trying to look
level.
for it. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it should at 5th level. Yep. Yeah, at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever
Extra
you take
attack.
the attack action on your turn.
There we go. I found it.
So
he will draw back again, aiming at the same, hitting again.
Nice.
Alright. So total of 18 damage on the rogue from 2 arrows from Aiden. Boltzmann. Since Boltzmann's not here, Branimir, you're playing for him.
Alright, let me pull out the comprehensive list here. So, according to the one Boltzmann, he will say, Bran, keep them away from me! And he will... and he will move... around here.
Okay.
And he will... Wait, let me pull out the description for this. He will be casting heat metal on particularly this bad boy right here. And as he will flavor it is that Boltzmann loads a shell into his firearm. He takes aim and squeezes the trigger. As the round makes contact close to the enemy, it releases a puff of red powder. Instead of dispersing into the air, the powder pulls itself towards the enemy's armor and coating it. Boltzmann snaps his fingers, and a second later, the armor burns red, then white hot. I told you to stop, goddammit! Stop!
I allow all of that, except he's got to be in a different spot, because as of right now, he wouldn't. If he's doing it from a pistol, there's no line of fire with that one.
Well, it's got a range. I mean, it's a thing that needs to be seen according to the spell description, but he's just putting that for flavor.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
I'm just reading the notes, boss.
I gotcha. Okay, that's fine.
And I assume the Black Cow 2 can't drop his armor, correct?
No.
Yeah, so in that case, he will have advantage. Wait, what's the description here? Let me take it.
Does it work like a radiant strike? What is it called? Heat metal. Heat metal.
If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Alright, so it makes a con save.
Yes, and I need to roll for 2d8 fire damage. That is an 8 for Boltzmann. On the BC2.
What's the
Oh.
save?
Oh well, let's take a look here. I'm sure that beats it. 16.
Yep. So does it take half or it takes none?
It doesn't say. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn. So, I think it has to be a droppable object.
Yeah, there's no con save in this.
There is. Oh,
Heat metal?
yeah, heat metal. It's a level 2 spell.
Yeah, it does say you can use it on armor, such as a metal weapon or suit of heavy or medium metal armor you can see within range.
If a creature is holding the object, it makes a con save. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, he's not taking that off, so he just takes the damage and then you use that again as a bonus next time.
And he has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Alright. Gotcha. And as a bonus... where's old Barney over here? Barney is on the ground, correct?
Yeah, he needs to stand up.
Oh, so he's prone?
No. Yeah, he's just on the ground.
Okay.
He can't be prone, actually.
Yeah. Let's see here. If I were to move Barney up here, would he still have sight of BC1?
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, I can't move Barney.
Can't.
I can't move Barney.
Hold on. Oh. No, it says you're controlled by.
Yeah, there we go. And with that, he will force Ballista at BC1. And let me see here. Barnabas. Force Ballista. Click.
Yeah, 16 does not hit.
Yikes. Alright. Well, in that case, Barnabas will just make beep boop noises and be sad.
Okay. See if you can move him now.
Yes, I can move him now.
Okay.
God damn it, Barnabas!
It is time for my cows to come home. Let's see here. So this guy, Rogue, seeing that, not wanting to, well,
Hello?
sorry. This guy, the Rogue, is going to come up and attempt to put his hand on you.
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage. No, the other one has disadvantage.
No, I'm in a dodge stance.
Oh, you're in the dodge stance, so yes. Which does not hit.
The rogue is met with a shield.
And he has a multi-attack, so he will... oh, that was a disadvantage. Well, doesn't matter. He will roll again to see if he can attempt to go again. I believe on a second attack you're no longer at disadvantage. Is that correct?
I am not sure, actually.
I think it's a normal roll.
Yeah, why not? Let's just go with that. I'll look it up later.
14 doesn't hit anyway. Okay. He tries to reach out and gets the shield. You shove the shield into his face.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It lasts until the start of my next turn.
Okay, so he had disadvantage on both of those. Seeing for easier targets, he will be disengaging with you, and
I will still smack him for Sentinel. Attempt to, anyway.
Exactly why you have the feat.
Does a 23 hit?
yes, 23 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
He needs to go back to where he was, because his movement speed is reduced to 0.
I'll see you caught him there. Or was it here? No, he was here.
Measly 7.
Okay.
Stay right here.
Okay. The number 2 will take a swing at Cameo.
Shield of the Faithful, baby.
Doesn't number 2 already have disadvantage anyway? Because of heat metal?
Yeah, because of the heat melee, he's already got disadvantage.
Oh, true. Okay.
So is that a double negative?
No.
It's
No.
advantage! Way to
2
go,
negatives
Bran.
equal a positive.
Way to go, Bran.
I'm just trying to help.
Flail. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So 17 does not hit, correct?
17 does not hit. Yes.
Yeah. He will take another swing. I would still say at disadvantage.
If I could use the Shield of the Faithful then, yeah.
That one would probably be the first one, but the heat metal is always disadvantage. So
Gotcha, okay.
he's going to be at disadvantage for a while. Both hit except for that disadvantage. Lovely.
I mean, he could always take off his armor if he wants.
Camille's 19. Okay.
She dodges.
Okay. And then we have one more.
Oh.
Who will stomp over to Dante and take a swing at Dante.
19 AC.
But a regular roll.
Uh-huh.
Swings once, swings twice.
Swing and a miss.
Oh god.
Never mind.
Second
That
one
one
caught you.
wasn't. Uncanny dodge. Sorry, no, that's right. Yeah, half damage.
Half damage. So you'll take half that 16.
Yep.
So he takes a big swing from left to right with this flail and swings back again the second time, avoiding the first one, connecting on the second, and pushing you. Making a connection with the rest of your body, feeling the impact of this large flail into your chest. And that will be their turns. Bran, it's your turn.
Oh boy, okay, time to look up Bran. Seeing as there are 2 foes within range, Bran will raise his shield and use the focus found within his shield to Summon his spirit guardians. Come on. Anytime now. There we go. And that will affect BC2 and the rogue. If they fail a... Sorry, I've got so many tabs up here. If they fail a... I believe a dex. Dexterity saving throw? A wisdom. Okay, rogue fails.
Oh wait, that shouldn't have been a disadvantage.
Oof. Yep.
It shouldn't be at a disadvantage, but it should be the 21.
Okay, so the Conqueror definitely saves, and he will take half of 13, so 6. No, I'm sorry, 7.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, Bran will make a gesture towards a spiritual weapon, and he will make it swing at BC2.
Okay, go ahead and take a hit.
Come on, come on. Oh, thank God.
Connects.
Alright, let's do this. Shwink! 8 damage. How's he looking, DM?
They all look. They've all been hit. Yeah, everybody's been hit, so they all look like they've taken damage. The rogue is worse off than the other two. But they're all okay. They're all pretty good.
Alright. And with that, he will end his turn.
Alright. Saoirse.
Okay, yeah.
Top of the round, back to you.
Saoirse muttering to herself about the having to get used to the weight of those explosive arrows and it throwing off her aim, is going to move up to here. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, so...
Okay.
From there, she is going to take 2 shots at BC2. Just straight longbow shots.
Okay.
That's the... Damn. Yeah, and nat 1 and then 13. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her turn.
Definitely not your knight, Saoirse.
No.
As both arrows kind of go wide on both of these. Maybe it's your father watching you for the first time in a long while has gotten you riled or something.
The concern of her mother.
That too.
Yeah.
Dante, what you doing?
That's a good question, sir. Well, I'm just going to try and stab this fellow in the face with a rapier, I suppose. It's a short form of it. No, I can't get advantage at all. So... 17 hit.
17 does not hit.
Of course it doesn't. It's still an advantage, sorry. That's alright. 5, 10, 15, 20. He'll move in this direction, and at the same time, he'll, as he's moving away from the, sidestepping any sort of swing he may have at him. So I think I could smell your friend burning as he sort of steps back. Can you smell hair? Cooked hair? I can smell it. As he sort of starts taunting the guy that was in front of him.
Okay. Camille.
Yes.
Sure.
Alright. So she's going to try and deal some damage once again, but this time with Searing Smite.
Oh boy.
Right. She swings. Okay, swing again. Alright, very good. And one more. Alright.
Yeah, the butt connects. Roll damage on the butt.
Just the butt. Alright, okay.
Just the butt.
Just the butt. This is sad.
It's a fiery butt.
That's a 9.
9 damage
This
on
guy is
the
cooking.
butt.
Yeah, at this point, Camille is just shaking her head. Stop moving! You're moving way too much! Just let it happen.
For a man of your size.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
She is going to do a bit of a river dance. And that's it.
Oh, wow.
Throw him off. I love it.
It is Aiden's turn. Aiden. Seeing the rogue kind of busy with Bran, he will make 2 attacks.
Hell yeah.
Putting 2 arrows into the rogue. Total of 16. You see the rogue kind of take it into the back and then drop to one knee before standing back up, feeling the pain of these arrows now connected to him. He's looking a little bit hurt.
Bran flashes a thumbs up symbol towards Aiden to show his approval.
He flashes one right back at you. What has Boltzmann instructed us to do today?
Boltzmann has instructed Branimir to shoot a firebolt at. Actually, I would like to move first so I don't accidentally hit Camille.
Oh, please do.
No, please no. From here, would you say I would be able to strike BC2 without too much trouble?
With what?
Firebolt.
It's just a seeing spell? Or line of sight?
Let me check. Firebolt. Oh, that's from his arcane firearm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be able to make it there.
Yes. Alright. That is a 27.
Dang. Yeah, roll for damage.
Dang. And there's also something... Oh, yep. Never mind. That's already there. Spell damage. So 15. And as a bonus action, he will reignite the heat metal on BC2. So that is an extra 2d8. Oopsies. There we go. That is 12 damage for BC2. And he continues to have disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. You can see the dents in the armor and the heat that's being applied to it, kind of forming it and missshaping it in spots. You can see that he is definitely uncomfortable in this thing. it does not look comfortable at all. It is their turn. I will roll. I gotta have better rolls with this guy. He's gonna make an attack, try to touch Branimir.
At normal, because I am not in a defensive stance or a dodge stance.
Yeah. And we'll try again. What the heck?
The rogue is met with a flurry of shield blocks. Keep that rotten stump away from me.
I forgot about something. Damn it. Okay. That's right. The BC2 will take a... The rogue will move. Will attempt to move. Having no... Okay, he will move to here and then try to move out of range.
Sentinel?
What does he need to roll? Wisdom?
No.
Or
No.
move back?
I would just have to hit him.
Oh. If you hit him. Yep.
If I hit him. Does a 14?
14 does not hit, so he
Alright,
is able
he's
to
free to
move
go.
away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Half of his movement speed, though, since he is within the Spirit Guardians.
What's his movement speed? 40, so 20. He would move to here. Yeah, he'll move to the... That would be 15. Move to 20. Okay, that would be his turn. This guy will go to... kind of chase after 5, 10, 15, 20. Chase after Dante. Take a swing, multiple swings at Dante. He will do one flail attack, and then he will do a shield bash.
It just hits.
Okay.
God damn.
Is that your damage? Yeah, roll the damage. And then it will do a shield bash.
Spell damage. Heal to uncanny dodge that first one. Either way, but
Jesus Christ.
excuse me. So
he takes his flail, smacks you across the side, doing 12 damage. Takes his shield and pushes it up against you, and slamming you across the chest. Roll a strength save to see if you are knocked prone, and then you take the 12 damage. Unless you uncanny dodge to 12, right, for 6?
Yikes.
My God.
My
So
Karuba.
he takes his shield and absolutely plows you into the ground.
I hate you, roll 20. I hate you.
I'm with you there.
You have like a little Roadrunner cartoon outline into the dirt of where Dante was at one
No.
point.
So Dante is prone.
Dante is knocked prone, yes. I think that's what it is. And yep, that'll be its turn. And then the other one will take a swipe at. Actually, he will move.
Huh?
Move to here. He's still within your melee, so you don't get an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only outside of the square.
And then he will attack Boltzmann.
I can make a reaction for Boltzmann, correct? Or is that only on his turn?
You can make a reaction if it's defensive action, or if it's a defensive.
Yes. I would like to use shield.
Okay, so it just makes his AC higher. So he
Yes.
will do the same thing. He will attempt to flail first. So it's a what, +5 on his AC?
There's a +5, yes. Oh, well, that wouldn't have mattered anyway.
So
That hits.
he hits that, and then he will take a shield and do the same. $23.
Jesus.
And if
Don't
that
look at me,
hits-
Ellen. I did exactly what you told me to do.
And then he makes a DC 17 strength save to see if he is knocked prone or not.
Oh, Boltzmann, please. Oh, Boltzmann. Strength. Nope. Boltzmann is also on the ground.
He's also knocked on his keister. Okay. And that is their turn. Mary, your turn.
Shit. Well, first and foremost, I will roll for the spiritual guardians, and it will target all three, since they are within 15 feet of Bran. So they should all make a wisdom saving throw. Or take 16 damage. That one fails. That one also fails. And the poor rogue. So they will all take 16 damage.
Okay.
And Bran will... if Camiel can take care of BC2, I will move to BC1 to help out Dante.
Go for it.
Yeah. Bran will move... He'll move here, and then here. Does the... Let's see here. And he will take a swing with his Warhammer.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit?
22 hits.
Alright. Bran hefts his Warhammer and delivers a blow to BC1. Measly 4 damage. And as a bonus, he will command the spiritual weapon back here and attempt to make a swing. Attempt is the key word. Yep.
Does not connect.
Does not.
Alright. Anything else?
That is it. That's all he can do right now. Just try to protect Dante if it tries to take another hit at him.
Saoirse, what you doing?
How does that rogue look? This guy.
They all look like they've taken damage. He's taken probably a little bit more than everyone else, but he's still standing, still not looking too defeated.
Okay. I think seeing the rogue. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, this is a little late reaction because I was paying attention to Brand's thing, but I just realized that BC2 still had disadvantage on his attacks against boltsmen. Because of the heat metal. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I hear Ellen screaming at me from the future. Bran! Why didn't you notice the heat metal?
Yeah. How much damage did you take from that?
He originally took...
That wasn't at Brand? Was that at Brand?
That was at Boltzmann. The flail and the shield bash. The 17 and 8 damage.
Okay. I will reroll that.
Sorry!
So, the ending is the same, just less damage taken. So, the 17 is cancelled.
Okay, gotcha.
17 is cancelled, the 29 doesn't hit, because it would have been the 23 would have. So, still 8 points of damage instead of 17 plus 8. But he's still prone.
Gotcha. Alright.
Saoirse, your turn.
Yeah. Okay. So go over there. Assuming the others have those two BC1 and BC2 under control, and seeing how close that rogue is getting to her father, she would quickly turn her attention to the rogue and take 2 shots at him. So here's 1.
Yep. Connects.
And I'll roll damage for that. Okay, apparently it didn't want to roll the damage for you, so 1d8 plus 3. Let me... Seven damage for that, and then here's the second longbow shot. Oh. No, well, at least she got 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Finally landed something. And unfortunately, her hunter's mark is still on BC2, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she can't move it unless he drops, at least as I read it. So that is going to be... Yeah, that's going to be her turn.
Okay. Dante, what are you doing?
Well, I'm on my ass, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's going to use his half movement to stand.
Okay.
A grin on his face while he just sort of looks at the fellow in front of him with that big flail. It was a good hit. It was a good hit. He's going to move around this side to get advantage using Bran. So he'll step up real quick and as quick as a flash just sort of step around and try to jam his rapier into the side or the back. Does a 20 hit?
20 just hits.
Lovely.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
So that's 22.
22 damage.
Nice.
Alright. Anything else you doing?
Yeah, as a bonus action, he's going to use his second wind, which is 1d10 plus my fighter level, so 1d10 plus 1. That didn't work. Okay.
I heard something.
Yeah, so did I. So that's 4. That's 4. Lovely. Wicked.
Yeah, I had a bit of a late reaction myself as well.
That would that would be his turn. He's gonna keep the advantage up for Bran, so that's why he's not moving out of combat at the moment.
Okay. Camille, what you doing?
Well, she's still river dancing, and let's see. Getting slightly annoyed that she's not hitting this tall glass of black coffee. She's going to try and hit him again, but with just a regular attack.
Okay.
Come on, roll 20, please. Please! I beg you. Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Oh, come on. Fuck you. Oh, what about this one? Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, so you get 2 hits.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, it's still damage.
Yeah.
16 damage.
Yes, that is 16 damage. Oi, pay attention to me. Badgered my friend for.
During this whole thing, you guys have not seen a whole lot of emotion from these guys.
Mhm.
They've been somewhat robotic, and they have visors down, so it's hard to see any emotion or anything. They've just been kind of semi-robotic in the way that they're just kind of dealing in damage and getting hit and moving on.
Mhm.
It is Aiden's turn, who sees the rogue. I am not. What's the is there a minimum for shot? Does he have to be 30 feet away for it to not be a disadvantage? Or am I just making that up?
No, I think as long as it's
Not within melee.
5.
Not
Yeah,
within
as long
melee.
as it's not within melee. You just have to be a minimum of 10 feet.
Okay, so he will. He'll stand his ground. Take 2 attacks. And one of those will hit. Yes, one of those will hit, so he will roll damage on the one that hits. Doing 6 damage to the rogue. It's looking a little bit rough. Still has a few of the arrows that he's kind of. One he's pulled out, the other one's still in his back. He can't reach. And he's continuing to move forward. Getting another shot from the arrow from Aiden.
Bit of a pincushion.
Yeah. What has Boltzmann in store for us?
Boltzmann has prepared a situation for this. He will, since heat metal is a concentration spell, he will break that in order to. Since he's still. Oh no, actually, I will make him stand up by using half of his movement speed.
Okay.
And he will reach out with his glove and he will touch BC2 on the shoulder and he will deliver an electric shock from his Shocking Grasp spell.
Okay.
And it should be at advantage since he is wearing,
He's wearing
armor.
metal. Yep.
Mhm. So, that is... where is it? 22.
Yep. Roll for damage.
Bzz.
So 20 damage on BC2.
And he also has... I mean, I don't know about this, but he tells me that he has a... where is it? He also has an extra 1d8 damage from his spells. Don't ask me where.
That's the first number there, that 8, is that 1d damage? The 1d8?
Oh, yes, okay, sorry. Yes, I did see that now.
So yeah, 20 for that.
Bzz. And
Okay.
as a bonus, he will command Barney Boy over here to... Oh. Wait, if he's here... If I were to move him... Is this on the ground, or is this still on the mountain?
That's on the ridge. There's probably one square that's down that thing that would be double movement, and then he could be flat.
Okay. So, move Barnabas back down here.
Yeah.
And he will use its force cannon. Or force ballista, rather.
Okay.
Let's see if it hits. I'm assuming 17 doesn't hit.
17 does not hit.
God damn it, Barnabas!
You see the armor just absorb it. He's fit the armored knight is kind of looking over at Boltzmann who's attacking him, and when Barnabas kind of does it in the back, it does connect, but it just doesn't do enough damage. The armor plating is just too much.
Alright, and that is all Boltzmann will do.
Okay. This rogue here is looking very agitated, and he will run up on Aiden and try to reach out and touch him. Which does not connect. At this, you see him go to reach out, and Aina kind of take his bow and smack his hand with it, moving him away, pushing him back with it. The rogue becomes very agitated. You just see his eyes get wide, and as soon as Aiden looks at him, he needs to roll a Constitution save. Con save. Nine, which does not beat it. So he will take as Aiden is looking into this guy's eyes, you just see his mind kind of shift, and you see this dark energy kind of move around him, and he takes 12 damage. Aiden takes 12 damage. Having 10, 15. move back away. As far as these go, number one will take a swing at Dante again. First with this flail.
Bring it on.
Then with the shield.
I'll uncanny dodge that first one. I'll say it now, so just in case you roll more.
Shield batch does not connect. You can clash shields together.
Half expecting what's going to happen. So
Yes, you take half the 11. And then BC2 will take. Staying with this, he'll stay there. And we'll attack Boltzmann again with disadvantage.
And with a reaction for shield as well. So that's a +5 for 21. Okay, well that doesn't help either.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage, so it's 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It does help. Alright. And we'll do a shield bash as well.
It's just
Shield bash.
27. But 14 does not hit. They're not making their hits. And that's all that they can do. Brandon, what you doing?
it's because we're so
Oh
good.
my god. No sir. That's only going to work on BC1, so I am going to roll for damage for Spirit Guardians. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, or take 19 damage. Banana Captain 1.
Banana Captain.
But this is bubblegum.
What's wrong with bad cow?
Is it bad cow, black cow?
Bad cow.
There's another one. There's another word, but
No.
yeah.
The point is, Banana Captain failed his Wisdom saving throw, and he's now taking 19.
Ball cup. Okay, I get that, but
Yeah, there you go. See?
Which is a delicacy here.
what?
I'm sorry?
That's what you put on your nether regions when you play cricket. I don't know what you're on about.
I'm sorry?
A ball cup.
Oh. Well, forget what I said.
What did you say?
What did I say, indeed?
What did you say?
Exactly.
So,
It's a
he took
delicacy.
19 damage, and how is Banana Captain looking?
Banana Captain is looking rough.
Alright, Banana Captain. Dante.
This is bubblegum.
Better than banana
am-
hammock, I guess.
Do I also gain advantage because Dante is flanking? Or is that only a...
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that true?
interesting. Is it?
I believe
It's an optional. It's technically an optional rule, but I think that's how we've been playing. That
Yeah.
anybody gets advantage for flanking.
Yeah. So I'm in combat with the guy, and you're attacking him from the other side. So
Yes.
Mm. Okay, well, in that case, this is going to be pretty interesting. Bran will also reach out and grasp, or at least attempt to grasp, BC1 with Inflict Wounds. That
Okay.
should be at advantage. Inflict Wounds, where is it here? Why don't I have it here? Shoot. Why is this not in my spells slot here? Oh well. That is a D20, correct? for spells?
It depends on the spell. Which spell are you casting?
Inflict wounds.
Yeah, I believe it's an attack.
Yeah, it is.
Using your spell
Oh,
bonus.
never mind. I found it. I am an idiot. Sorry. It's looking at boltsmans. Well, that doesn't work anyway. Yeah, I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
The 16 does not hit.
Oh boy.
Roll damage on that.
Okay. That is a level 1. That is 10 necrotic.
As you reach out and touch him, he allows. There's no miss. You reach out and you do 10 necrotic damage to this guy. And you see some of the wounds that had previously made kind of undo themselves.
Oh no! What have I done? In my hubris! Wait, so the previous attacks I was making with radiant damage, was that also double? No, I'm not gonna ask that. As a bonus action, Bran will attempt to swing with his spiritual weapon. That does not hit. Alright.
Does not hit.
This is a fun day. Alright, and that's all he will do.
Top of the round. Saoirse, what you doing?
Yeah, so Saoirse seeing the rogue go after her father and then witnessing something happen to him, she just kind of yells at... They would hear her yell out from her perch, "You son of a bitch!" And take 2 shots as the rogue steps away. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. So, shot number 1 for 10 piercing. Shot number 2. Does an 18 hit?
18 hits him.
Okay, so 17 damage on that rogue. And
Okay.
yep, that is her turn.
Alright. Dante.
Well, he's probably just going to stab this guy again. So he had success at the first time. He's gonna repeat the success, hopefully.
There we go.
Yeah.
Only took about 30 goes. The yeah, he's not getting much of a reaction out of this guy, which is kind of annoying, Dante. So he's just suddenly turning all business, and he's just quietened up and just stabbing. So just making sure everything's checked. Wow. Okay. What's that? 27?
27.
No, 28. No, 27. Sorry.
That's a 27, yes.
21
Sucks we don't have
plus
Mr.
6.
Engineer.
It's okay, I've got a
21
calculator.
plus 6 prime. Yeah,
It's actually pretty
27.
smart.
Yeah. You again flip your rapier and make a huge connection, opening up the side of his panel of his armor. You can see that his body's exposed. You can see a little bit more that there is this black ichor kind of flowing out, and he is definitely looking hurt. Kind of lurched over now instead of where he's been standing kind of strong. He's now lurched over and in pain.
Does so obviously it's not blood, not red blood. Does it look mechanical? Is that what he's seeing when he looks at this thing?
No, you've seen this before, and it is not mechanical. It looks like something that you've seen in Patreon or elsewhere.
Okay. As in? Does it spark a memory or anything like that?
I would say, yeah, giving your time in Patreon, opening this guy's armor up and seeing this kind of, and even this guy's hand seems vaguely reminiscent of things that you could have seen in Patreon, where something had been corrupted in some way, and seeing that this black-bodied and black ichor flowing instead of red blood does give you memories of previous encounters of similar fights.
Like cultists or things like that? Or
yeah, similar to some of I wouldn't say quite undead, but some of the corrupted figures that you had seen in Patreon that are much more common in Patreon.
Okay. Okay. Well, Dante's actually, if he recognizes that, as he's sort of like pulling out the rapier and noticing the black ichor just everywhere, he'll sort of just like stare at it for a second and almost go a bit white as he sort of looks up, like the blood draining from his face, and he'll sort of look past and at Bran and just say, like, cultists, this corruption sort of thing, like. It's just like this look of like puzzlement or like surprise on his face as he looks past this suit of armor to Bran, and holds up his rapier with the black ichor on it. But he's going to maintain his position. He won't move for the time being, and that'll be his turn. I don't really have anything else I can do.
Okay. Camille?
Yes.
What you doing?
She's not river dancing anymore. She's actually getting irritated at this point.
Pretty impressive in plate armor.
Well, yeah. That's all you hear. Alright, she's going to try and hit this guy again, but just with a regular attack. Regular? Okay, actually, let's try Divine Smite.
Okay.
Okay.
Smite that boy.
Come on, boy. Come on! Oh,
Yikes.
fuck. Why don't you fuck me in the ass? None of that. None of that hit, unfortunately.
Nope.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Anything else that you want to do?
Angry river dancing.
Angry river dancing.
She's like a fucking mad chicken just scratching at the dirt at this point. And that's it. That. I'm sorry, guys.
No, we're all doing bad. I just fucking healed him. So I don't think anybody trumps that on the mistakes bar than me.
It is Aiden's turn. Aiden will look and kind of shake off this damage that he's taken from the rogue. And he will take another attack at him. And we'll hit. And we'll do one more. Dang. You guys need to get on this Roll20 train.
Thanks. We'd love to.
I would, but sadly,
we would love to.
I apologize. No,
Sadly.
those are in there. If you join the campaign one, that's there.
No, I don't have access to protection cleric. I tried to make a brand character on the yeah.
I'll have to look at
There's
that.
everything else but protection, sadly.
Okay. But yeah, Aiden will do 2 more arrows into this guy's chest, and he will take a knee before standing up again, hurting. What is Boltzmann doing?
Oh boy, Boltzmann. Well, as an action, he will. Let's see here. How many? Let me just confirm how many spell slots he's got here. Yeah, he can still do that. All right. He will use his cantrip again to use Shocking Grasp on BC2, which will have an advantage. Shocking Grasp. Oh, baby. That is a crit.
Yep.
And Boltzmann will lean forward as he grasps BC2, and he'll almost growl at BC2. I told you to stop. And he deals that damage.
How does Boltzmann does Boltzmann in any of these things give how he wants to kill this guy?
No, he did not prepare
He
one.
did not have a
but,
compendium
yeah.
of notes.
Nope, he did not. He just kind of said, if they get close, Shocking Grasp. If they're far away, Firebolt.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you see this guy get electrocuted, go down to his knees, and then fall flat forward in front of both of you.
Ugh.
Nice. Very
Right.
nice. And as a bonus action, he will direct. Wait, how far away can Barnabas shoot this thing? 120. Okay. Barnabas will move Clitter Clatter over here, and it will aim its Force Ballista at the rogue here.
Okay.
And let's see if Barnabas will hit. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Very nice. Okay. That is 8 force damage, and it is pushed back 5 feet.
Okay. Okay. It's looking rough. Let's see. Okay. It is their turn. The rogue will come up to where his friend was and try to put a hand on both Camiel and then to Boltzmann.
Camille can make an attack.
Response attack?
Because she has her halberd. Wait,
The polearm
what is the
master.
specific polearm master?
Hmm?
When they enter the reach of Camiel's weapon, she can have a opportunity attack.
When they enter?
Yes, so within 10
Oh.
feet of you.
Oh shit.
Yes, so Camiel can make a strike.
Hold on 1 second.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll for damage for that.
It is right here.
Other creatures provoke an opportunity attack from you when they enter the reach you have with that
with your
weapon.
weapon.
Okay.
Okay. Was that 5?
Mhm.
Okay.
And as a reaction, he will do one final shield.
Okay. He will reach out to Camiel first.
Don't.
Just trying to touch.
Don't.
Don't.
Oh! Consent? What's wrong with it?
So you take 6 necrotic damage, and you are considered corrupted.
There's nothing new. I mean,
Oh wait,
sure.
Camille has resistance to necrotic
Okay.
for Azamar.
No,
don't you?
no. Disease, yes. I'm sure one of them is disease.
No, Celestial Radiance. You have resistance to necrotic
true.
damage and radiant damage.
That is
Okay.
true. Yes.
I would still consider her corrupted.
Okay.
So you can, if it's resistance, it's half. So you take 3 damage,
Got it.
and then he will try to reach out and touch Boltzmann with his shield.
Not higher than 21. Not higher than 21. Oh god. Okay.
He will take 5 damage, and he is considered corrupted.
Alright. Sorry, Ellen.
That would have worked a lot better earlier in the attack, but that's alright. He finally was able to do it. Alright, Brown Cow 1 will lean over to Dante and take a full thrashing. Swing
Damn
of
it.
the flail. 2 full swings of the flail.
Pay attention to Bran!
That's it. Yeah, he'll uncanny dodge that.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Holy crap.
The second one fails. The first one, 17 by half. And then...
Yep.
That's his turn. He can't do much of anything else. Bram, what are you doing?
Okay, well... I'm still going to... Wait, hold on. Yeah, he's far away. Okay, I will roll for damage for Spiritual Guardians, for Beast, or Brown Cow 1.
How now, Brown Cow?
Mr. Brown Cow.
I'm so proud of myself.
There's a
That'll
type of
be-
yogurt that's called brown cow.
There.
There's a type of ice cream called Skinny Cow.
I did say bad cow.
Yeah.
Well, Brown Cow, if he fails a Wisdom saving throw, will take 18 damage, or radiant damage.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Not a wise guy.
Not a wise guy, eh?
Well, but he has his
Oh.
moments.
Okay, yeah, he passes. So he will take half. Half damage.
Half of the 19?
Half of 18.
Half of 18?
Yes.
Alright. And as you reach out and do this, but as the spirit guardians kind of envelop him, he goes down on one knee and again falls to the ground.
Nice. Brown Cow is down. It's just the rogue, I guess.
Anything else?
Yes, Bran will he still has an action. So Bran will oof. I don't suppose he can
He's a
Mhm.
This Barnabas is considered a small. You could crawl in, you could go in the same space as him as long as you don't stay.
Oh, nice. Okay, I was just planning on walking around him. So Bran will move himself here, and seeing that the rogue is all that is left,
Finish it.
I will not be using inflict wounds. Because I have learned my lesson, and especially after Dante's call out. Actually, would Bran also recognize the threat? Since he is also from Patrium?
Yeah, I would say you would notice, especially when Dante opened up the thing, you saw all the black ichor. And this was not just a human being inside, that there was some sort of level of corruption. It's something that you'd be familiar with as well.
Bran will just kind of mutter under his breath, "Gods, so far east." And he will... What shall I do to finish this boy? Well, not finish him, but... You know what, I'll just keep up my Spirit Guardians, and I'll just attempt to hit with my Warhammer. Does a 25 hit?
25 hits.
Boom. That is a measly 6.
And that measly 6 will drop him to his knees.
Nice.
Nice.
Bran will heft his Warhammer and strike down the rogue.
And he has fallen.
By the hammer!
By Grapthor's hammer.
By Grapthor. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright. Yeah, you guys are able to clean up all of the nothing else has come out of the cave.
Dante's actually going to step as he sees the other guy, the rogue fall. He's going to sort of step back and fall against the wall there a bit, just to use it to keep him up for a second, or keep him up while he sort of keeps an eye on the entryway, the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Resting against the wall, as it were, but keeping alert to make sure nothing comes out of the cave.
Okay. Let's take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we can continue on. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Alright.
sounds good to me.
5.
Sounds good. 5 what? 5-minute break?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Did I say 5?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's it. We're live.
Yeah.
Hi.
We're live.
That's right. That's right. Why did I say that?
Alright.
Wears armor in bed? What kind of fool wears armor in bed?
You fool.
Well, maybe he falls asleep. You know, like out of the blue.
Like resting against a tree.
Mhm.
You fool.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing? You guys are in the mouth of this cave. You've just downed everyone that's come out of the cave.
How visible is the
Corruption.
on Camiel and Boltzmann? Like, is it a physical mark on them?
You do not see any difference, but they're just, for game purposes, they have been corrupted.
Okay.
They are currently the status of corrupted.
So at this point, you know, the moment that the rogue kind of falls over, keels over, and dies, Camiel just watches as this happens, and as soon as he's dead, she kicks him, and then rubs the area where he had touched her, as if disgusted.
When he had put his hands on both of you, you did see this kind of black energy kind of swirl around his hand and kind of swirl around the point of contact. But beyond that, you do not see any difference in any manifestations on your person.
Does she feel anything at all?
At the moment of contact, you did. But as of right now, with the adrenaline going for everything, you do not notice anything different.
Okay, so she won't mention anything.
Bran
It's
will
kind of like... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
No, it's kind of like having like a cold, you know, you don't talk too much about it, you just kind of just wave it off.
Yeah, Bran will just check in with Boltzmann and Camiel and just kind of like, "You two alright?"
Yeah, we're fine.
Of course, Bran.
And
Don't
nodding
do
to
that.
the both of them.
Don't do that. He won't do it again. Stop it.
Nodding to the both of them, Bran will instead rush over towards Dante and do his best to heal up Dante with Cure Wounds.
Hey, Bran. Thank you.
Just stay still, Dante.
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard thing to ask a man.
Wow, that's terrible.
You saw
8.
That's better than nothing. Don't worry. You saw that, didn't you, Bran? And
I did. I can't believe they've come so far east.
Yes. What are the chances they have nothing to do with what we've learned?
Probability is high, but I'd rather them not be here. It's bad enough in Patreon.
Well, there's a reason they're in Patreon. There's a reason. Anyway, should we? And he just nods towards the entrance. Should we? Hopefully, and he'll look towards Saoirse and her father. I think we need to get in there and make sure everything's okay. I'll be fine, Brad. I'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay, well, in that case, Bran will do his best to make sure that Dante is in a comfortable position, and seeing as he's most likely not fit to lead the way into the cave, Bran will motion towards Saoirse.
Yeah, and she would have been, after probably stopping to kick the rogue for attacking her father, just kind of a little side out, she doesn't stop and turn to kick it, she just kind of kicks it as she passes, and would proceed to the entrance, kind of starting to slowly walk down and poke her head in. Does it look like is there any light coming from inside the cave?
There is a bit, but not. There's not too much light. It definitely gets darker. You don't see any light from where you're at. Looking from this point, you don't see any light.
Well, I think she would probably look to Dante, then turn to Dante and say, "Do you want to help me lead the way? It looks a bit dark in there, and I could probably use your dark vision, your better vision, to help make progress through, see what we find." As she's saying this, she's putting her bow away and drawing out her short sword.
Dante, just with fussy Bran, it's like, it's okay, I'm okay, it's okay, Bran, thank you. And he'll walk forward, and just like smile on his face. Of course I'll help. Saoirse. And rapier in hand and shield out, he'll sort of just like poke his head in past Saoirse and just have a look around. Just see, like, is it a straight tunnel? Does it lead straight down, cross, up, anything like that?
So you're going into the cave?
Just past Saoirse, just to have a quick glance or a look, just to get a lay of the land.
Yeah. The cave opening is probably a little bit smaller than what you're seeing in the map itself, or what we just saw on the map. That was kind of a last minute,
Yep.
a last minute thing. But it definitely narrows down quite a bit, and there's a little bit of a. You just see that it narrows down quite a bit before it opens up further down. But you don't see too much past the point where it narrows down.
Okay. He'll sort of just like motion for Saoirse to sort of hang back, and he'll start moving forward again. Carefully, just making sure he doesn't, keeping his eyes open for anything that might pop up or any unusual, any traps really, like anything that may like a tripwire or anything like that. He's just trying to keep his perception up, so to speak.
Yep.
As he
Go ahead and roll a perception.
Yep.
And as he's leading the way, she would follow close enough behind him so that she could still see him as it's getting darker and darker. Maybe even reaching out her hand to kind of feel for him occasionally if it goes completely dark. She would be listening as well, knowing that she's probably not going to see as much. She would be kind of training her ears to see if there are any sounds echoing from deeper in the cave.
I'll say that you get in to the cave, go probably a good 20-30 feet into the cave, and it kind of branches off to the left or to the right.
Yep.
Which way do you want to go?
So there's a left and a right.
Mm-hmm.
Can we determine... Actually, at this point, he'll probably take out one of his torches and just sort of light it up and sort of hold it up so that Saoirse can see. It's like, we have a left or a right here, so maybe can you determine whether there is more foot traffic down one way than the other?
Good idea. And she would kind of crouch down, using the light of his torch. She would look to see if she can tell whether or not there's a difference in foot traffic.
Okay.
And
roll a survival check.
And while she's doing that, he keeps an eye on the passageway. It's not just like watching her work.
Okay.
22.
Nice.
Yeah, there's definitely a path to the left that seems much more used than the other ones, with fresh tracks being just made just a few moments ago.
Okay, yeah, and she would indicate that, saying, I'm sure I have no doubt, at least one, if not all three of those men we just took care of came from the left-hand path.
Well,
So let's go ahead.
agreed. Agreed. We'll check the passageway that's been used most. In Dante's head, he's just like, well, if they have prisoners, it's quite possible they've just kept them down the least used tunnel, but we have to clear out the other side first to make sure there aren't any enemies behind us. That's his rationale. So once he'll give the torch to Saoirse and move ahead, maybe like 10 feet or so, or just start moving, and just indicate that she should just hang back just a little bit. So, and he'll slink off to the side. So if there is anybody down the tunnel, they may be focusing mostly on the light, and so he'll try and hug the side of the tunnel to sort of stay in the shadows or blend in, so to speak.
Yeah, and taking the cue, she would move off to the other side toward the other side of the tunnel to try and give him as much shadow as possible in which to move, and then proceed forward.
You move around to the first opening of this cave where it kind of opens up a little bit. There seems to be a little bit of groundwater, almost like an underground stream. Not really even a stream, just underground water. It's like barely moving, barely kind of stagnant water that kind of fills up this one area. That's once you get into the main cavern. The first kind of area that you see, the kind of raised area, has a few sleeping quarters. You see the 3 sleeping bags and a campfire. Then you see the rest of the cave kind of snake around to the right. But you can't see what's beyond there. You do see at the very back some sort of torchlight, but you don't see where it's coming from. You just see the flame, the yellow flicker on one of the cave walls that's in front of you.
Okay. Like Dante will probably signal Saoirse to sort of drop the torch once we can see light. But he'll continue sort of moving forward as well to try and get a better look before he gets into the torchlight area, so he can try and see into that space and whether there are anybody else. There is anybody else there.
Yeah, and she would drop the torch close to another source of light. You said that there was a lit fire there too.
There's a fire that you can't see. It's kind of you can see the
that's
effects
the
of the
one
fire
around the corner. Gotcha.
around the corner, bouncing up against the wall.
Yeah, she would drop the torch in the stagnant water then to extinguish it.
Okay. A little bit of a rough terrain as you move forward around the snake. As you kind of move forward in this space, you can tell that some of it has been fortified, like it's been used quite a few times. Maybe there's some wooden walls that have been kind of placed up around some of the caves where it's gotten maybe either multiple caves have been connected or they just wanted to make sure that it was more secure than what it was, so they've added bracers and these wooden walls that kind of go from ceiling to floor. And you are now kind of at the beginning of this. You see the one kind of main wall that goes it's on your left-hand side, and just in front of you, you can see just a corner. You can't tell any details on it yet, but you see a metal cage that is within just in the corner just past. You can see the kind of top end of this cage that is sitting there around the corner. You can't see the details of who's in it until you step out.
Is it, along with what we see, is there anything, does it sound like there is anyone moving around in armor, like those two fully armored men we took on?
Roll a perception check.
You mind if I roll a perception check?
Yeah, go ahead.
24 for me.
13.
Okay. You do hear movement, but it seems very soft. Does not seem like footsteps. It's not footfalls, and it's definitely not someone in armor.
Yeah, Saoirse would kind of lean into Dante and whispering, I don't believe there are any armored men around the corner. I'll go ahead and poke my head around and see if I can see anything else. And with that, she would kind of slowly lean so that she could look around the corner, trying to keep herself in the shadows as much as possible, while also being able to see what she can.
When you do look around peek around the corner, you do not see any armed men. You do see a campsite of sorts. There's boxes and supplies, some different things that are there, as well as in one corner you see one cage, and in the other corner you see two other cages. There's figures in each of them. There is a campfire that is set up and burning that is kind of near the other two. The two cages that are together, and the one furthest from that you see kind of a hooded figure, does not seem to be moving, but you cannot tell the details of who they are, what they are.
Yeah. Okay, and then relaying this information back to Dante, she would slip out. She would come out from the shadows, maybe waving her hand at him to stay back a bit, just in case. And then she would proceed over to the nearest cage.
The nearest one is the one that's in darker area. The other two you can see clearly. And
oh, okay.
roll a perception check.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see if maybe I'm finally getting some good rolls. 22.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can definitely tell that those other two that are in light are not your mother. But from the way that the outline is in the other one, as you move towards it, you do notice that you do see that your mother's cloak is there. She is the figure in the third cage.
Okay, yeah. Seeing this, Saoirse would hurry over, trying to stay quiet, just in case.
You do not see anyone else in the area.
Okay.
It is just these cages with this fire left. There's actually some food on the fire, but it looks like it's been abandoned quickly.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're right. You go, Sasha.
Well, I was just gonna say. Well, then, yeah. I mean, she would hurry over to the cage. Over there. Yeah, she would hurry over to the cage.
Okay.
And
Dante was just gonna
lean in.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say Dante would just look back to see if any of the others were following, and if they were, sort of motion them forward. But he'll sort of just hang back still.
I'd say that Bran, Camiel, and Boltzmann kept their distance from the scouting party, like the vanguard, and kind of awaited the signal of Dante to approach if it was all clear, because we didn't want to give them away.
Yep.
Okay. So Saoirse, you are now up against the cage. You see your mother's figure there. She seems like she's breathing, but she does not seem conscious. There's a metal cage. She looks like she has been bound on her wrists and on her ankles, but is like in a sitting position up against the cage wall.
Yeah, Saoirse would crouch down as close to her mother as possible, and can she reach in and kind of touch her mother's shoulder as if to kind of gently, to nudge her and see if she can wake her up?
Yeah, you'd be able to reach in, and you kind of reach out, and she is not moving. And when you try to get a response from her, she does not give you a response.
Okay. Well, looking around, again, just double checking, being cautious, being maybe somewhat paranoid, she would double check, and then if she can see her father, she would kind of wave him over and maybe whistle to the other, quiet, again, trying to be quiet. She doesn't want it to echo down through and up potentially up the other path.
Yeah, Aiden was definitely waiting near you and behind you until you gave him the signal, and then he runs up and sees his wife. Does the same, sees that you kind of reach out for her, and seeing no easy way to look to be able to reach in, just kind of stands looking for a moment before kind of looking around to see if he can find anything that would open the bars.
Yeah, and that's what she would suggest to her father. We need to find some way to get this cage door open, get Ma out, maybe get her some water, see if we can wake her up.
Yeah. Whoever's going to be helping with that roll, Aiden will give you advantage on investigation if you want to look for that.
Yeah, Saoirse would do that.
I think Bran would be trying to see the other inmates. There are other people, correct?
There are 3 cages altogether, including the one with Anya.
But are there other individuals inside the cages?
Yes. There's 2 other girls, 2 other female figures in the other cages.
Can Bran try to see if they are also breathing or if they're conscious?
Yes. You go up to both. One human. Both females, both human females that are there. One blondish hair, one brunette, and both seem to be in the same condition. They're unconscious, but they seem to be breathing and not too badly hurt.
How thick are the cage doors? Or rather, what is the condition of the doors? Like, are they rusted? Are they aged? Are they?
They seem to be in halfway decent condition. Roll an investigation if you want to check.
Yeah, and that was a 20. As far as Saoirse's search for anything like a key, that was a 23 for her.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Okay.
Bran ate his peanuts this morning.
You said peanuts.
Somebody had their Wheaties.
Peanuts?
Peanuts.
You said
Peanuts.
Alright, cool.
Yes, I said peanuts.
I just want to clarify.
You check out the cages, and although they look to be fairly used, they still seem to be in very solid condition. They're not breakable easily. Everything's breakable, but not easily. It seems to be solid metal construction. With your 21, you see that on the top, actually on the cage bottom, near the left-hand corner, there seems to be a little almost maker's mark into the metal that looks like an ornate V with a target of a bullseye.
Would Bran recognize the symbol at all?
Roll a history check.
Oh, Lord. Let's do it. No!
You would not know this symbol.
Well, can he point it out to everyone else?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, Bran will do that. He will take note of the little symbol on the cage, and he will point it out to the rest of the party. Maybe someone else will recognize it.
Saoirse, you've got a 21 looking for the key.
23 with the
23.
advantage from her father.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely found some information here. Excuse me. Yeah, you're able to find some paperwork that is on one of the boxes as well, but you do not find in this area. You do not find the key. You sort through the paperwork. There are the papers that you do find in that area look like almost like an invoice of types. It's suggesting that whoever was ordering this was looking for 4 human females, 2 younger, 2 of any age, for personal delivery into the Badlands. The paper has a seal on the bottom and an ornate V inside a target bullseye. Roll a history check with advantage.
While Saoirse does that, could Boltzmann attempt to...
It's 19.
Yes. Wait 1 second for that, Brad. With a 19, you would definitely know that this is the mark of Vladivostok. Victor Deadeye Vladivostok, one of the leaders of the Vladivostok family, leaders of in the Badlands. From your personal history, as well as Gilfrey, the bardmaid in Bloomer Spring that spoke to the family, spoke about her family that were slaves for them in the Badlands. Yeah, that's the paperwork that you find that is there. You do not find keys or anything like that. Yeah, if Boltzmann could use tools to be able to try to unlock it, he can certainly try to do that.
He has the multi-tool
Yep.
thing? that he has? Well, actually, if Dante is more proficient in that sort of thing.
How would you like Dante to answer that?
If you're proficient in lockpicking, then say Boltzmann is.
Dante is proficient in lockpicking, yes. If you'd like him to have a go at the lock, he's more than happy to.
Yeah, go for it, because I'm not sure if Boltzmann's up for the task with that.
Roll 20.
There we go.
Was that sound effects? Was that Foley? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And as you hear Dante picking the lock, and you are able to kind of get in there with your tools and be able to kind of jimmy it open, and it holds for a second, and then click, it opens, and you are able to open the cage.
You hear him just like under his breath say, "Still got it," and he sort of steps back as he opens the door.
I think hearing him pick the lock, Sirsha would turn around and then rush over. Papers, maybe stashing the papers that she had. Or, actually, no. She would push them into her father's hands as she rushes into the cage.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with Discord right now, but I did mention earlier that I was going to ask if Camiel notices Sirsha pick up that piece of paper at all.
I say that you guys are all there, and especially when she hands it to the father. Yeah, you'd be able to see those.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sirsha wouldn't have been hiding her, searching. She would probably been tossing things out of the way, rustling through the papers.
Yeah, she... Because the content's very, very intriguing. Yeah, but do go ahead.
Well, Sirsha, like I said, Sirsha would rush past her father. Probably right as he's about to step in, she would hurry past him and push the papers into his hands, saying, "Read those." Then, at which point she would then crouch down to her mother. And you said her hands and ankles are bound with rope, or is she like cuffed? Got metal cuffs?
It's just bindings. It's just not metal bindings, just hide bindings.
Okay. Oh, okay. She would pull out her dagger and cut the bindings on her mother.
Okay. Seeing your interest, Aiden would definitely show them to you. Seeing you kind of look up at the paperwork, he would definitely show it to you, hand them to you, Camiel, as he kind of went over and dealt with his mother, with Sirsha's mom.
Okay. Camiel will just stay in her corner and read through this and try to make sense of it. I mean, she obviously understands. I think she does understand it, but the name she does not know of.
Correct. This would be very difficult for you to have heard of. Except for the barmaid that had said this, given this story, her background story. So possibly reference to that you would have heard. You see, you cut your mom's you kind of cut the bindings on Anya and kind of bring her out of the cage into the main area and kind of sit her up a little bit. She seems to be breathing fine. She does seem a little worse for wear, but nothing too bad. She doesn't look roughed up too much. But she is not awake.
Yeah, I think Sirsha would see how many of them I have. She's got those, basically little healing ointments that she made. Where is it? Pretty sure she still has some. She would pull out a water skin at least and try and get, see if her mother could drink some.
Okay.
Just kind of dribbling a little bit on her lips.
You do this, and you do notice that she does open her lips a little bit, ever so slightly. She just seems, like overly overexerted in her efforts, or somehow is not really responding and not awaking fully.
Does it seem like she's been poisoned, or is she probably just taking a beating?
Roll a medicine check.
Okay.
And while Saoirse does this... Ooh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's suffering from any specific condition. She's just seems to be almost knocked out to the point where she just doesn't have anything else to go on.
Gotcha.
Can Boltzmann ritual cast detect magic around this area?
Sure.
Alright, he will do that.
That 10 minutes?
That is 10 minutes.
Okay.
Is there anything else within the vicinity that can be seen?
The two other girls in the two other cages.
Yeah.
That's it?
There's some boxes, there's some other information, looks like more supplies. From what Saoirse went through, she could find some supplies and different things. The biggest information-wise would be the paperwork and the mark. Yeah, the paperwork and the mark on the cages that tie it back to where it is from.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, Dante, if not, sorry to interrupt. If no one else had any arguments, he was going to go unlock the other cages while everybody else did everything else.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely not. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead and do that,
Camille.
That's alright.
No, it's okay.
You do find, Camille, you start digging a little bit deeper than roll investigation.
Okay.
As well.
Bless my rolls, because it's been bloody brilliant tonight. Investigation.
Guidance.
Thanks.
From the rogue.
Not that. Not that it would have helped.
Guidance from rogues, dude.
Look over there.
That's a 1. That's a 1.
Ah, that sucks.
Just no.
I will say that Saoirse, when you were looking for things, besides the papers, you would also find some bags and possessions. So you found 2 different bags. One included a bag of clothing, but also a lot of books. One bag also is kind of jammed full. It's a much bigger bag, and it's completely jam-packed with outfits and makeup and different things like that. With your 21 investigation, when was that? Was it the last one? Yeah, the 23 originally that you had when looking. Inside one of the places was a large aqua-colored ring. Inside one of the bags with the makeup and the outfits, you found a flyer. I will put that into handouts. It is a handout for King's Battle. That is in the handout folder now.
See it.
And you find a sack with 124 gold pieces.
this real.
Yeah, I think Sirsha would have left all that alone herself, would have left it for whoever else wanted to take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
There's a lot of money.
Am I looking at the right one right now? Oh. Generous king, immeasurable wisdom declares...
You want to read that out?
Yeah. In character or just out of character?
Whatever you want to do.
Unfortunately, these are a little too small for me, but I'll try my best. King's battle, the glorious and generous king...
Here.
Ear.
Yeah.
In his immeasurable wisdom declares the announcement of the traditional King's battle, gala and tournament in the mighty city of Rotberg. The king and the... Amian? Royal court wish all combatants a glorious battle fought with vigor and fortitude, with the victor proving themselves as the best combat group in the kingdom. The victors will be rewarded with the glory and honor they deserve, as well as a gold prize of 4,000 gold and 20% premium contract pay for all state contracts, a commendation letter from King Ear, special guest of honor invite to the King's Battle Gala, a VIP tour of Heroes Gallery, the Vindex Popular Museum, and King's Suite accommodations at the... and it ends there for me.
Oh. King's Suite accommodation. Yeah. Yeah, it should have said something else.
That's okay.
Illustrator. Sorry, blew the immersion there. So Dante, you work yourself around the room and are able to take care of these doors.
Yep.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, he's just opening the door and then it's just seeing if the occupants are awake, and if they're not, he'll actually like try and get Camiel's attention to come and help when she's able. So just so
she will.
Doesn't startle anybody with his horribly good looks or anything like that.
God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
They're unconscious, and he's still trying to show them card tricks.
So he's trying to be decent here. He's trying to be decent here. So
Of course. As soon as Dante will get her attention, she's reading through all these papers, and she looks over at him and walks over, and aids him. Oh, what is it?
Was it? The two girls in the cages. So did you say there were two, or just two? Like one in each?
There's two cages, each in their own cage.
Yeah.
Cages aren't very big. They're only 5 feet by 5 feet.
Yeah. So just to help find out, make sure that they're okay. You are the closest thing we have to a healer here. So
Wow.
just make it.
I would like to retract my health that I gave to Dante earlier. That I'd like to retract to 20.
Obviously,
Thank you very much.
My headphones out of the socket. Thank you very much.
Dante would ask Camiel because she basically looks like an angel walking on Earth. So you don't want grizzled old Bran looking up and scaring them. And you don't need Dante.
Dante's gonna get a warhammer to the back of his head one of these days.
You don't need Dante anywhere near them. So he figures Camiel would probably be the best one at the moment because Saoirse is looking after her mum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Camiel will take care of this one lady. From what I recall, they are all unconscious and possibly fatigued.
Yeah, she the one you go into the cage and kind of drag her out, do the same kind of thing, cutting her binds, pulling out your dagger, cutting the binds that are holding her. And she seems to be in the same kind of condition. Unconscious, breathing, unresponsive, barely responsive, still alive and still okay, but definitely hurt.
I see. Okay. And she'll relay that information to Dante and possibly ask him to do his magic with the other cage as well to release the other female.
Are there any results from bolts? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say at the same time, he'd sort of look over at Bran and say, I think it's clear, buddy. You might need to work your magic. And he'll open up the other cage. And then after he opens up the other cage, he'll just sort of like, job well done, and wander back to the campsite where the food was cooking and left unattended. And he'll start just like fixing that up so the food's cooking again and salvaging what he can and resting and sitting his ass down because he's a bit sore.
Okay.
Are there any results to Boltzmann's detect magic ritual?
Yeah, you look around the room and there does not seem to be anything. Let me think for a second. Yeah, it doesn't seem to appear to be anything magical that you wouldn't expect.
Okay. So in that case, shoot. I unfortunately do not have restoration prepared at the moment.
Actually, can Camille? She can heal. She can lay on hands at least one of the ladies. Actually, all three of them, if given the opportunity. See if that'll help.
Okay. Who are you starting with?
Saoirse's mother. So Camille will just very gently leave the other females aside and go over to Saoirse, put a hand on Saoirse's shoulder and lean down a little. And then say, I'm going to try my best to heal your mother and see if that will help. Maybe it will wake her up and we can get more information and put you at ease.
And Saoirse would just, nod and say, thank you, whatever you can do. Anything else we can learn about what's going on here will help.
And Camille nods, and one hand on Anya's chest and the other on the forehead. A light glow of white will go from Camille's halo down her shoulders and into her arm and into Anya. Camille will give her 10 HP from lay on hands.
Okay. And so as you see this energy kind of being displaced from Camille and flowing into Anya, you definitely see kind of as the magic's still kind of swirling and this energy is kind of focused on Anya, you do see a bit of color return to her face, a little bit of a flush return. For a moment, breathing becomes more deeper, and she's able to eventually open her eyes, looking up, seeing Saoirse, and then looking up and seeing her husband. Oh, Aiden, I knew you'd come. Oh, thank you. And she's awakened by this effort.
Yay. At this, actually, Camille will give a nod to both Aiden and Saoirse and quietly leave so she could take care of the other two ladies.
Bran will also assist Camille, so she doesn't have to expend all of her lay on hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who's using what?
I will use Cure Wounds on the other, while Camille can handle the other as well.
Yeah, another 10 lay on hands to
Okay.
the other.
Should I roll for cure wounds?
You can, but I think it's okay. It's
Okay.
alright.
Well, in that case, go ahead.
So yeah, you definitely are able to revive them. You're able to kind of get them up. Saoirse, as she's laying there, she does look up. Oh, Saoirse, glad
We're
to
here
see
for you, Ma.
Thank you.
What happened? Anything you can tell us?
I was foolish. I noticed 2 weeks ago. Noticed a flyer for a missing girl. So decided to not make it all the way into the Dolheim. It was around here somewhere. Found a nice open area. Built a large fire. Just to see if I could attract someone. Foolish, I know. I was expecting amateurs. Or, creepy peeping Tom types, but, these were well-trained men. In a fair fight, I might have been able to flee or protect myself, but, he was dead quiet, that one. I never heard anything until I felt a hand on my back. And eventually, a slow fade to unconsciousness. Oh, thank you for finding me. I knew you'd come. Aiden, thank you.
We dealt with a few of them getting in here, so perhaps we took care of the one who captured you.
Oh, that's good. It's very good. She starts moving slightly a little bit more and kind of trying to stretch and feel her way up a little bit. Trying to sit up a little bit. Not quite strong enough, kind of leans back again. Oh, seriously, it's been too long. It's good to see you. Especially being useful outside the forest these days. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Me and my friends, we came to visit you in Pa, and when you hadn't returned as planned, we decided to look for you. But you rest. You're exhausted. You're hurt. We'll get you out of here, and those other girls. I know who's behind this. Don't know why, but as I showed Pa, and she looking at Aiden. We'll find out more. My friends and I, as we're able, we'll find out more and see if we can put a stop to it.
Good. Good. Yes, I think. Just help me, Stan. We'll go out and gonna help her stand up and gonna move.
Yeah.
Her and the other girls are very similar. They've come to after a couple of conversations with them. You do find out that the two girls, one of them, the woman from. You'd found 2 notes previously of missing persons. This was one of them. The blonder hair was the woman from Dolheim, named Allison, and there was a second woman, a woman from Soderham on her way to Ropeburg, and her name is Delilah. And you guys gonna help them up and kind of move them out of the cave. Okay. You're not too far from the campsite that you had already previously set, so you guys take a few minutes helping them to kind of move them along and help them back to the campsite. And then it is still very dark. It's middle of the evening, or middle of the night, just past, I'd say, was it second shift that this happened, I think? So
It
yeah,
was second
probably.
shift.
I think
Yeah,
so.
it's probably about 1 a.m. or so. So you guys are all very tired and go. Is there anything you want to do tonight? Once you guys get back to the campsite.
No, he's just keen to relax, to tell you the truth.
I mean,
Yeah,
Brad
I
could
think-
try his hand at making some food. If need be. Especially for all the weary, rescued individuals that we have brought.
Okay.
Camille is fixated on that letter. So she's just in a corner, like, looking at the piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sirisha would be just kind of watching over her mother, making sure that she doesn't overexert herself.
Sorry. Speaking of Saoirse, sort of as they make their way back to camp, he'd probably bring up or a question he'd like his mother or one of the others to answer, whether there were more than 3. Was it just the 3 that were guarding them, or were there more? Just to get a bit of intel in case we need to expect, like, if there are others that are going to be wandering back to the cave or not.
Anya is able to tell you that yes, there was another last night, but today I believe that there was only 3. I don't believe he was staying with them. I think he was. I don't quite know what he was. I just know that there was 4 voices the first night, but this evening there was only the 3 for the full day. I've been in and out of consciousness, but that's what I remember.
Dante will think of that. Or he was kind of hoping
Best
Saoirse
to
would
stay on
ask,
our
but
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, no, I think Sirisha's so focused on her mother and her mother's safety and having found her that she didn't even think of that. But with Dante asking, she basically kind of all but face palm, like, oh, good question. We'd best stay on our guard, Dante, and maybe tomorrow in the light we can go back to the cave, a couple of us, to just check.
Probably not a bad idea.
It also says here in this letter, or this invoice, or whatever the fuck this is, they needed 4 women. There's only 3. So perhaps one of them is out there looking for another lady to entangle.
I don't suppose we could lay an ambush.
I like that idea.
Say we wait for them in their own encampment.
Really depends on how long
It's a good idea.
we're willing to wait. And I'm all for that. We have 2 others here that need to be seen to.
That's true.
Let's see how they're doing in the morning.
Yeah. And for the cooking, Brand will be making a apple and spice pork tenderloin.
Oh!
You betcha. And that's a 23, baby. That tastes
Yeah.
great.
Had better.
Very nice.
Higher than a 23, Dante? I doubt it.
Nice.
I I love the
Goddamn
Dante likes
chef,
the bad
Ramsey.
food. That's great. Yeah, you do prepare a very lovely meal, a very lovely 1 a.m. snack for everyone. Anya doesn't eat much just because of her being exhausted. She kind of does make it back to camp. And is feeling that exhaustion, doesn't talk a whole lot. The other girls are kind of in the same way, kind of glassy-eyed and half in and half out of this kind of recovery mode that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she doesn't eat much, but she does thank you for offering and helping and preparing. So are you guys
To get their strength back.
Are you guys staying here? Are you guys said you were going back to the cave? What are you guys doing?
I think Bran and Camiel, perhaps even Boltzmann, can stay back at the camp to kind of keep watch over Anya and the two other individuals.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe Saoirse, Dante, and her father could
Aiden.
investigate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If they're happy to, it really depends if they're happy to leave her mother.
I will stay with Anya if you two want to go back to the cave.
I just don't want to ruin their stealth.
Yeah.
Dante's
I'd like to.
Dante's happy to go back.
Oh,
If Saoirse wants to stay, Dante's happy to go back by himself. He won't do anything too stupid. He'll find a spot outside the cave or above near the cave just to watch the entrance. If Saoirse wants to stay back, that way, that way, at least if someone does show up, he'll know, and he can come back to camp.
yeah. I think Saoirse, for a moment, would be torn, but then, kind of shaking her head, would say, "I'll go with you. It's best to have two sets of eyes are better than one."
I agree. I'll take care of your mother. Don't worry about it.
Okay. We'll be back as soon as possible.
Okay. So you guys kind of bed down here. Is there anyone else? I'll say that we can kind of restart the rest, the at least 6 hours of rest from now, so that you guys can sleep in a little bit in the morning and still be able to have a full, long rest.
Thank goodness.
Thank you.
Spell slots.
Woohoo!
Are you guys keeping watch during the evening?
Yes. At least Camille will.
Yeah, Bran will be with Boltzmann again. Maybe.
Are you two playing patty cake or something like that?
You stop.
Well, with the others gone, and with the other 3 still recovering,
Oh
you'd
yeah.
have to take it. You'd have to take it independently.
All right, sure.
So if all 3 of you wanted to take a 2-hour shift, you guys could basically do that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, and Saoirse's cordon of arrows would still be in effect since it's still the middle of the night. So they at least have 3 of those left.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, how many hours did pass? Out of curiosity.
It was you guys had got there late, so it's only been probably about 2 or 3 hours since you guys got set up at camp. So I'd say probably 2 hours so far.
Oh,
At
okay.
camp.
Motivational speech is still up. Oh wait, no, it's not. Sorry. 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. So extra.
What about aid?
Aid is 8 hours, or 1 hour.
8 hours, yes. So 8 is the one that is still up. So Dante, Camiel, and Bran still have extra 5 HP.
Oh, well, that's alright. Dante's a little under his max.
Dante's,
Oh, that's right.
Dante's already burned his.
I mean, if he gets
Yeah,
healed,
Camille took a
healed
hit
back
too.
up, it'll still count, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start at the camp. Who's going to take first shift? Camille, you said you were going to take first shift?
Yes, yeah, Camille will take first shift. She is watching over the two ladies very closely, like a mother hen.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay, roll 2 rolls. Constitution saving throw. At advantage, I'll say, because of
Okay.
your steel determination. And roll a perception check.
Okay, con save.
Con save to see if you are up. Stay awake. Yep, you're fine.
And what was the other one?
Perception to see what you see around you in the campsite. To make sure that you're keeping watch
I
around.
just collide.
And you are securely focused on the women and watching them, so much to the point where it's taking your attention outside of the camp. So you do not
Yeah.
see anything around, but you don't see anything moving within the camp,
Yeah.
and you don't. But your focus is kind of torn away from your guarding duties to your.
just for our
She has
listeners, that was a natural one.
Hmm?
Yes,
For our
that was in that
listeners,
one.
That was a natural one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, she's so fixated and concentrating on the girls too much, and yeah, she's not really focusing on everything else around her. A poor job.
Yep. But nothing happens. A couple hours later, you're able to. Bran, you're able to take a shift.
Alright, so same rolls.
Same rolls.
Alright,
But Constitution not at advantage.
of course. Oh my god.
Okay, because you are drowsy here, because of the late hour, roll perception with disadvantage.
You're an old man.
Can you not? Why does
you
Camille
got
get
a
this
big,
determination?
because she was mother hitting the females there. That was, she said that before she
What
rolled.
about my hearty meal?
You are digesting all of your apple tenderloin, and it was so good that you
Come on,
are
it's
having a
anniversary.
food coma.
Can I use my inspiration? It's anniversary. Come on.
Go ahead, roll your inspiration dice. What I gave you 40 weeks ago now. Yes, please do so.
Don't save that.
They stack.
Don't save
They
that
stack.
for 12-hour session or something.
All right. I'll just roll perception at disadvantage. Okay.
Nice.
Everything works out. You are steely-eyed around, even though you do not have dark vision, so you are limited in what you see, but you do not see anything, and nothing happens during your watch. And then the last watch would be Boltzmann, so go ahead and roll for him.
All right, Bolts boy. Anytime you're ready, roll 20. Hello? Is that Constitution at a normal?
Yeah.
Okay. He's actually got pretty good Constitution.
You're
Never
sick.
mind.
It's okay. He's sleepy, but he's okay. Excuse me. Roll perception. I'll say at normal.
Okay. Perception. Go for it, Boltzmann. There we go.
Okay. He is able to be vigilant in his looking around. Does not find any. Does not notice anything as he takes his watch. And then you guys are all able to take a long rest and wake up a little bit later than sunrise. Try to hide your eyes from the sun as long as possible, and then about 9 o'clock in the morning, you guys are up and stirring and moving around. Back at the other camp inside the cave. Same rolls from everybody. Who's gonna go first?
Saoirse can go first. So you said con.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. There we go. 15.
Okay. Roll a perception.
Perception will be.
And I will say, yeah, that's fine. I was going to say it was going to be at advantage because you guys are inside the cave, and you was trying to determine and being able to kind of position yourself in a place where you're not totally obviously not like sitting ducks where the camp outside is. You are able to complete your time period resting, but still being vigilant inside the cave. And you do not see anything. Dante?
Yep. So Constitution save?
Con save and then perception. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you go through. At one point, you think that you saw something. You actually get up from where you're resting and kind of go towards the cave wall, looking outside, and you do not see. There was a movement of some sort, but even with that 26, you look down and there was a rat that had scampered in and caused movement and sound that you had seen and heard. But you see nothing at this point.
Yep. So do we split the shift? Is that how we're?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. So when he saw that, he just sort of be on guard and just being extra vigilant in case anyone turns up.
Yeah, but as you guys spend the evening there, morning comes and you have no one has returned to the cave.
Okay. Well, waking Saoirse up, or do we? He'll sort of turn to her and say, "Do we go back to camp and gather everybody else, or do we want to go inside and have a look?"
Well, we didn't look down the other path. However, that wasn't. It might. I think it'd be. Well, what do you think?
Well, I didn't ask you guys, and it wasn't obvious because I didn't have the map still up. What did you guys do with your friends that you left there?
Oh, the bodies. Yeah, we would have hid those.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. Probably before setting up camp.
As you move the rogue, keys fall out of his pocket.
Son of a...
Well, shit.
I knew we should have looted the bodies beforehand. And that was in character.
Dante shrugged to that. It's like, no, well, not much we could do.
Yeah, it worked out.
So you guys are going to check out the other path?
Do we want to get the others? Or would you, you probably want to go back and make sure your mum is okay, right?
Yeah, and I feel like it'd be safer. It's possible that it's just one person and the two of us might be able to handle it.
Oh, probably.
But
I dare say.
Better to have overwhelming odds, I think.
And the others would, they wouldn't be happy if they missed out on all the fun, right?
That too, yes.
Yeah.
You know how Bran is.
Yeah, he does get upset when he misses out. Okay, we should probably go back.
Yeah,
Did you? I'll wait here, just in case, because obviously we want to make sure nobody enters the cave. So I'll wait here. If you want to go back to camp and check on your mother and just let everybody else know, and whoever wants to come back can come back, and we'll have a search. Unless they don't want to, and then just
and that's just the two of us.
Yeah, well, yeah. If they want to go, we can go. I don't know how pressing the cave is, but we might find some information. And right now, I think a little extra information would be nice.
Agreed. Well, I'll be back as quickly as possible.
Dante,
and with that,
it's Dante in front of space over within sight of the entrance to the cave. But it's just sort of like nestled away, so he can just lay back and keep an eye out, keep watch.
Okay.
Yeah, and Saoirse would hurry off quickly but quietly. Not necessarily trying to be stealthy, but trying to, not make too much noise as she would hurry back to camp.
Okay. You get back to camp, and everyone's kind of awakened. The girls are in much better spirits. Your mom is doing much better. Aiden has gotten her some food that had been prepared the night before, kind of rewarmed it up a little bit on the fire. And she's eating now. They're kind of talking a little bit with everyone around. You guys kind of you come back, and she does kind of wave you over and kind of wants to talk with you. And it has been a long time since I've seen you, Saoirse.
Yes, it has, Mom. But as fortune would have it, we ended up, my friends and I ended up needing to speak with you and Da. But I think we can save that conversation for later once we're definitely out of harm's way. Dante and I didn't see anything through the night, nor this morning. So we had the thought, and should be turning to everyone, we had the thought of heading back into the cave and looking down the other path, see if there's anything that we might find, any additional information about why exactly the three of you were taken.
Well, it's a weight that's been lifted off my shoulders. It's a weight that's been lifted off my shoulders, seeing you with so many talented people around you, Saoirse. Able to protect you. I'm very happy for you. It is very good to see it, indeed. Whatever you need to do, and whatever you need to ask me anytime, Saoirse, you know that.
Of course. But I think maybe if you want to stay here with Maj and the others, and I don't know, Boltzmann, Camiel, Bran, do any of you want to return with me to go back into the cave with Dante and myself?
No, these ladies need a bit more help, Saoirse. I can stay behind.
Of course. And she would look to Bran and Boltzmann.
Well, do you suppose we're gonna be sneaking around in there?
Probably, yes.
Bran kind of looks to Boltzmann. Well, I think it's up to you, Bolts. If you want to head on in there with them.
Certainly, Bran.
You're more stealthier than I.
Yes, very much so.
He sounds like a goddamn butler. Yes, Mr. Wayne.
Yes, Mr. White. It's the size of a tangerine.
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 Yeah, I
It will
think
be the size of a tangerine. Sorry. Go ahead.
if we're going to favor stealth over brawn, I suppose, unless Saoirse can do some sort of what was that spell that you can do? Pass without trace.
Yep. Pass without trace gives you a +10 for an hour.
If you think that'll help, but if not, I could just take control of Boltzmann and send him off with you guys.
As long as everyone, as long as everyone stays within 30 feet of Saoirse, she definitely would be willing to help kind of tighten the plates on Bran's armor.
Mm-hmm.
I think she would definitely, she'd probably say to him, whatever you think is best, Bran, but I think having a bit of muscle, even at the expense of stealth, any stealth would be helpful.
Well, then count me in then, Saoirse.
And Boltzmann, if you want to stay then instead, or if you want to come still, either way.
I think Boltzmann should stay. Just so that Camille has something else to... just in case something happens.
Yeah, and
Even
then...
3.
Yep, exactly.
Alright, sounds good to me. As long as Saoirse can do some stealth magic on Bran so that he isn't a elephant.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Or at least, less of. Because it's at least a +10 is a +10.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go off to the cave to do that. Camille, you are discussing with the women and kind of coming up in conversation with both of them a little bit, making sure they're okay, and they both seem to be okay. The first one, Allison, is a little bit a little bit more of an introvert, not really speaking a whole lot, but is very thankful for your help, very thankful for your kindness and being able to help her even in outside of the being able to getting her food and kind of let her rest and be there for her at least. In discussions, you find out that she is a school teacher from Dolmheim that was coming back along the road and was abducted. Same kind of story as what Anya had said, where she had spent the night out. Wasn't expecting to, but it got late quick, and so she had built a fire and then had been taken and abducted in much the same way. The other woman, brown hair, female human, Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
She is from Soderham, and her suitor is competing in the King's Battle, and that's the brochure that you had found. And she lets you know that she had kind of snuck away from her family in Soderheim, and that's why the missing persons was released. You kind of put that together in your head that's why. Being from Soderham, it would have probably come out quickly, and kind of the same way with Liv, the same type of deal with this. Delilah's making her way down to Rotterdam to see her suitor compete in the King's Battle.
And she's sorry, I was out for a bit. I apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
But yeah, the girls are speaking to Camille and opening up about what had happened to them.
Yeah. The first one, the blonde, is a school teacher from Dolheim, and the other one, Delilah's from Soderham, who father is one of the representatives, and she's going to see her suitor, who's competing in the King's Battle, and she's kind of snuck away from her family.
Actually, to that Camille kind of gives her a look but says nothing. She just kind of, her eyes kind of squint a little, and there's like a small smirk on her face, but she does not say anything.
Yeah, she said, yes, I still wish to continue to Rotheim, so if there's any way that I can just go on my way, I'd rather not let Crownsguard know. I just don't want to go back home right now. Everything will be fine once we get back to Rotham, and once we can talk to... it would just be better if I can go down there and talk to him before I talk to my father.
Right. That's supposed to be better for you because...
My betrothed is very well off, and he will take care of everything, I'm sure.
Alright. Well, my own opinions will not help in this situation, but you want to go by yourself. Is that what you're
Well,
telling?
I just don't want the Crown's Guard involved. I mean, if I could have private escort, I would definitely be willing to go with someone, and I would even my betrothed will be able to pay once we get there.
Pay?
Oh yes, of course. Escorts do cost money. I understand that. I just did not have any when I left Soderham because of the quickness of which I left.
You mean when you snuck away from your family?
Yes, in those terms, yes.
Yes, exactly. I don't know if I'm comfortable with the idea of you just going off by yourself again.
I would definitely prefer somebody to go with us. Just somebody to go with me.
Well, they one of my companions, Dante, was actually just speaking about that stupid kings, whatever the folk it is, and he seemed very interested. So perhaps if we would escort you.
That would be lovely.
Though I just want to remind you, it's not my decision alone. I have to speak with the others as well.
No problem. As long as, again, the Crown's Guard can stay out of it so that I'm not returned swiftly, would be very disappointing for myself and for my betrothed.
Is this going to cause us any trouble if we escorted you?
I don't believe it would. I mean, as long as I get there, I'm sure everything could be taken care of. It's just a matter of... I would never even have to mention your name to anyone. It would just be help.
All right.
Random helpers.
All right. I like the sound of that. Well, right now I'm more than happy to help you reach your destination safely, of course. But I have to speak with the others as well.
I thank you for everything you're doing. Do we know who these people were that were capturing us?
From what I've seen in the letter, it's someone called Vladivostok from the Badlands. Do you know who that is?
No, I know, not at all.
I see. And Camille frowns a little and bites her lower lip, like out of anxiety, I suppose. Okay. Well, you're lucky we found you. We don't know what could have happened to you if we didn't.
Yes, I agree with you. Thank you for everything that you guys did.
Maybe next time don't run away from your family just for a man. Yeah?
I'll think on those words.
Think hard.
and she kind of does get a little bit more quieter as she does think about that a little bit, and the dangers that she was put into.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat. The others at the cave. You guys go into the main area until you get to the fork. Everybody roll a stealth.
I have a plus
Yeah,
10, correct, Sirsha?
Yeah.
Saoirse, she would have, just double checked. Definitely Brand's armor and Dante's, as long as he was okay with that. Her own, at essentially casting pass without trace. So, let's see. Yeah, that would be a plus 10 to everyone. So, 20 or only 21.
Oh my god!
So a 12 for Bran, a 21 for Saoirse. Unless I did accidentally roll a 26. I accidentally clicked on the pass without trace and it rolled.
Yeah.
So if I could go with that 26 and then a plus
I'll give
9.
you the 26. I'll get Bran the 2 plus the 10.
12. Yeah.
Naturally 1 plus 10.
I warned you at the cave.
Wait. That's a disadvantage. Well, you rolled a 1, so it doesn't matter. You can't get a 1.
Yeah.
Have mercy.
Dante, are you rolling?
I'm too scared to roll, but yes.
You can't do worse than Bran. You legitimately...
Yeah,
Very
you can't
true,
do
yeah.
worse.
You can't do worse. 16, so 26.
Yep. Well, I think technically that pass without trace was just the D20 plus 10, and then you add a 9 to it for Saoirse because her stealth is plus 9.
Oh.
So technically 35. Saoirse
Oh my
is
God.
a shadow. She is the shadows.
Is that what that's... Let me look at that. Oh, it's not...
Yeah, I think I would want to
D20
double
plus 10,
check
yeah.
that myself.
Okay. So you guys are able to go down this other side, this right-hand corridor. You guys are able to go down it a little bit of ways. It kind of does snake around and kind of follows the outline of the other pattern, the other cavern. Kind of, you can definitely see where there's where this one zigs and this one kind of does the same thing. This one does go off a little bit to the right, even further. It opens up into a larger cavern, and you see almost the same as what you saw underneath the city of Numer, where this large aquifer is. You see like this cavernous, all naturally made cave with this water that goes. It seems to be running through a large body of water in it. But you see no signs. Roll a perception check.
$24.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of anybody being there. You don't sign any. There are, because it's useless. You do see that somebody's been in here, but you don't. It's not been constant traffic. It was 1 or 2 people, and it's not very many, and there's not a lot of things or anything like that. It's primarily just one, maybe might even been someone just checking out the other side of the cave or something like that.
Yeah, or getting fresh water if there's the aquifer there, and they set up camp on the other end.
Minimal traffic, and then the rest of it's all rocky where you kind of lose track, but and then it gets to the point where it's just water in the cavern until it goes to the point where you can't see the edge. It's just water.
Gotcha. Well, turning to the other two, I think, yeah, we're all clear on this side. It's just the other side. They probably came in here just to collect water. So,
You suppose we should take a dive? Could be something underneath.
It's certainly possible. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt to double check. Swim out, see if there's anything down there, and another passage.
Just to make 100% sure.
Yeah, does it... So, specifically, are there any tracks that appear to lead into the water?
No, there doesn't seem to be any tracks that lead specifically into the water. There's tracks around the edge, but there doesn't seem to be anything.
Nothing to indicate that they.
And
were
you've kind of
in.
Yeah, and it was only at the mouth of the entrance where you guys came in. At. It wasn't deep. Even you've gone past where the steps were that you saw.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if there is anything else beyond here, I just by the looks of the tracks, no one recently went that way. I mean, we could double check, but I don't think we'll find anything there pertaining to those three men and their compatriot.
Well, Bran will roll his shoulders and just simply say, "Well, I'll defer to your judgment, Saoirse. If you believe that they didn't come down there, well, they didn't go down there."
What do you think, Dante?
Dante's just happy to, go along with the flow. So he'll leave it up to you guys. He's just happy to stay alert. Sorry, with the rest before Brad, did Dante get a full night's sleep, or because we split and the shift between two of us, did we actually get the benefit of a full night's sleep?
I'll say that you guys went up early, and the way that you guys split it, I'll say that you guys all have night's rest. So yeah, everyone was able to get a full night's rest.
Okay, thank you.
Full long rest.
I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, he's happy for you guys to take lead on this one. He's just sort of he's just there, following your direction, Saoirse. This is sort of your thing, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she would be inclined to head back. If there aren't any tracks that appear to be heading into the water. And just one more point of clarification then. There doesn't appear... You said that... So most of the foot traffic was around the entrance. Does it appear... She would head out to the edge of the water. Does it appear as if there was anything like a boat that was taken across, beached? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, then I think she would be inclined to head back out the cave, not wanting to stay too long just in case the other guy comes back. She'd rather not be caught unawares. She'd rather catch him unawares, or them unawares. So,
okay.
Yeah. And so if the other two are inclined to just kind of follow her lead, that's what she would suggest is,
Absolutely.
Well, I don't think we're going to find anything else down this way, so I would suggest heading back out and at least heading back out and camping out for another hour or two and then heading back to check on the others.
Yeah, Dante's happy to do that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, so you guys are able to kind of round back up to camp. Everyone's feeling much better. Everyone seems to be able to move, and everybody is good to go. Your mother seems, now that she's better, and now that she's eaten, she seems ready to move. and ready to go back to restless to move and get about back to her normal life.
We can deliver the girls and a report to the authorities back in town, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely should
Yeah.
warn everybody, or at least alert the authorities as to what's going on exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Notify
one of them wants to be known though.
Yeah.
By the Crown's Guard.
Well, that'd be the thing. Probably, definitely best to report that we dealt with 3 of them, and that there might be there should be a 4th somewhere still out there looking for someone. But unless Camiel tells us or hasn't told us, I think Saoirse would be inclined to keeping the one's anonymity, if that's her preference.
Honey? Oh, she's... Oh.
No, that was me this time. It wasn't Discord. But I'm an idiot. The moment that they arrive or return to camp, she'd pull her companions aside and basically tell them everything that she found out about the girls, with one specific. Just give them all the information that she's gathered, and even bring up the idea of going to the whatchamacallit, the King something. Sorry.
King's Tourney or
The King's Battle.
Yeah, the King's Battle.
Mm-hmm. But she'll leave the choice to the others. She's happy to go wherever they go, or whatever they want to do.
Well, it says right here that the winners will be able to have access to the Vindex Populi Museum. That may be able to help us in our search for the artifacts.
True. But then again, there's this thing about this Vlad person. What do we do with this? Do we just leave this behind and go to the King's Battle? Or do we handle this first?
Where is the King's Battle being held again?
Right.
King's
Roteberg, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a week away, isn't it?
Yeah. From everything that you know, it's coming soon.
So, I believe Roteberg is, from our current location, that is
South.
South?
Directly south along the main road. So there's one main road that goes from Sutterham to Roteberg, and you guys are currently just off of it. Your camping spot is just off the main road.
So essentially, if we did want to go to this King's Battle, we could go to that along the way, and after we do that, we can immediately head towards the Badlands. Because that is south of us, correct?
Yeah, Roteberg is probably south of all of the Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely it's south of it's a little bit north of the Badlands, but it is south of your current location.
Yeah, so Roteberg would actually basically be on the way.
It could be,
by the sounds of it. Yeah.
If you were going
in
to
a roundabout
the Badlands,
way.
Yeah, in a roundabout way. If you're going directly to the Badlands, you wouldn't go through Roteberg, but it's definitely a possibility to go through Roteberg on the way to the Badlands.
Because in character, none of the other benefits really interest Bran, in a sense. The only thing that really stood out to him was the access to the museum, because that will definitely help us get a lead on the initial goal that was to collect artifacts of the Vindex Populi.
Mm-hmm. So what you guys doing now?
we're getting everyone back to town and then taking Saoirse's mother back home, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Report to the authorities at least. Keep an eye out on their local women.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe leave some of the documentation with the guard, with the garrison, notifying them of who's behind this. Keeping the one girl's identity under wraps. And then I think Saoirse would vote for doing that, taking her mother home, and then taking that girl on to Rotberg before deciding where to proceed from there, if they're going to head into the Badlands after this guy or not.
Okay. Anya is definitely on board with that. After looking over the papers and seeing that there's actual evidence, she says, "Yes, we can definitely go to Dolheim. We can discuss with Captain Gomer. I can discuss with him the details. If the one girl wishes to be resolved, we'll say that she's left. I have no problem with that. And if you guys wish to take her on to Rotberg, that would be, I'm sure that would be a good excursion, or at least make sure that she's protected in some way."
True, there's some money in it too, so...
And she doesn't get captured again.
Silly girl.
So you guys you guys pack up camp, are able to move everything, kind of reset the camp area, and are able to make it back out to the main road, only a few minutes away. And you guys had been walking for about 2 or 3 hours the night before to make it to camp. You guys walk back into Dolheim, back to the south to Dolheim. Anya takes the school teacher, Allison, with her into the Crown's Guard, explains the information, gives them the paperwork, gives it to the Crown's Guard as evidence of who these men were, tells them kind of where to find the bodies if they wish to look for more information, or where the cave is, to be able to send guards to check on it. So she's able to handle all of that for you guys.
Okay.
You guys can go over to, if you guys are looking to rest before you head out immediately, or what are you guys doing?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's probably about, by the time you guys get back to town, it's probably about noon, and by the time Anya's able to get everything done with the Crown's Guard and do the paperwork for the found person and things like that, it's probably about 1:30.
And about how long did it take them to originally travel to town from Anya and Aiden's home? That was what, 8 hours?
From Hummelstein to Dolheim, it was almost a full day's of travel.
Well, we could stay the night and relax for the rest of the day. Are we pressed for time? Do we need to be anywhere? We could camp on the road back towards your back to your home, but if we stay here, at least there'll be an inn. She can rest.
And it's probably safer to travel during the day rather than risking being caught unawares at night.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll stay here.
Okay.
For the time being.
You guys are able to go back over to the Happy Gnome. The bartender kind of greets you, especially seeing that Anya is there, seeing his weekly customer is there, and notices that now she is found and that you guys have found her, and so everything seems well and good. You guys are able to kind of take the day for yourself, or kind of rest if you need to, or is anything else that you guys would like to do here in Dolheim?
How am I doing on ingredients and supplies?
Yeah, you've used quite a few. Some of that you've been able to get from the others. So, like, Tippy was able to provide you with some of the things, or with some of the ingredients with the other hotel. But yeah, you could probably stock up another 2 or 3 gold to be able to get some ingredients to be able to do some more.
Okay, sounds good. I will do that. I will deduct 2 gold in order to refresh my supplies.
Dante is just going to relax. It's a small town, so he's not expecting much. So, yeah, he just relax. Maybe write a little in his red book. But he took a little bit of a hit, so he's still happy to not get up to any mischief for the rest of the day.
You guys come to rest in the tavern of the bar, and Anya's definitely calls over Saoirse and wants to catch up a little bit. So, dear, how have you been? What are you doing these days?
Well, for the most part, I've been, just watching over the woods up around Volk's Point.
Yes.
There's a group of owlbears up there who were, in a sense, under my protection, you might say. Trying to protect them, but there had been some issues that I was trying to resolve when I came across my friends, Bran, Cameo. You met Bran, Cameo, Boltzmann, and Dante.
Yes, it's good to meet them. I'm again very glad you have people around you.
Yeah, they've been a wonderful group to travel with, and we actually came across some information. I was running it, telling Da about it, that we're on a bit of a mission.
Oh.
And had wondered if the two of you, had heard anything about any of the goings on at the court or in the honor guard and the vanguard pertaining to the Raven.
The Raven. No.
Or the Shadow Queen.
Well, there's obviously things going on. I think those, if I'm right, those figures have things to do in their talon sunken Patreon. Is that correct?
As I understand it, yes. I believe the others would know more about what's going on in Patreon than I would.
But whatever the dark, mysterious figure is that tends to hide in the shadows and causes chaos, name is not as important as the damage being done.
Exactly.
Hideous, deformed things, like that man's hand that captured me. I'm in line with your father on this. Unnatural things that deserve little empathy from us. That's whatever deistic creature or entity calls themselves means little on the battlefield and to us here. So, no, I don't know much of the ongoings of them. I've not seen anything written about that on any of our reports.
Well, those 3 men that we dealt with, those 2 look like knights, and that more roguish looking almost want to say creature, seem less man and more some monstrosity. That I'll have to ask the other two, Bran and Dante, see if they know it. I saw them whispering together just a bit, and I'll speak with them and see if they have a sense of what that may have been.
I don't know if you remember, Saoirse. I believe you do, but we did face creatures similar to that. It's not pleasant memories, but those again on Patreon, not here. Although it is puzzling why they would be here. And why they'd be working for Blood of Bloodstock.
Yes, that's a good point. I think after whatever, taking this girl back home, or to Rothberg, the others and I can discuss the involvement of this Vladivostok, and that he does seem to be... I've heard the name. I know the name from my time in the Badlands. Obviously, he's involved somehow with what, either incidentally or directly, involved in what we're trying to combat. Well, suffice it to say that what we're dealing with is world-shaking, it seems.
If you do go to the Badlands, your best source of information in that area would be Bowes Crossing. You've been there.
I remember, yes.
I believe we still have a contact there, Sergeant Gredit Ramstein. I think she still serves there as sergeant over the outpost. She was good friends with your father and I, so please, if you are going there, make sure to check in there. You know the connections. Those are important.
Yes. Yes, well, I'll definitely check in with her and see if she's still in town and in the garrison there, and what information can be gleaned from that.
Most of the operations, I thought, had been shut off. I mean, it's the reason we fought so hard there, but this troops, the moving of the troops, there's pressure from the Crown's Guard and Vanguard was rough there for a while, but if they suffered any troop reduction like the rest of the towns, then it could be that they've had time to rebuild.
Yes, I think I remember seeing in the report, and if they hadn't already, Saoirse would have handed over the reports to her mother. The ones that they had collected before going to find her.
Yes, it seems I was on a wish list of sorts. Lovely.
Yes, and troops are being moved to the border with Patrium then.
Yes,
it's possible that they've been the bandits have been rebuilding in the Badlands.
Yes, troops have continued to move south. I've seen the paperwork and such. It's consolidation of troops, really. I think when Aura fell, I think it scared the royal court. I believe it to be a defensive effort to make sure that what happened there in that ungodly place does not continue here. It's strategic, to be sure. I'd rather be ready for the worst than unprepared. Isn't that right, Saoirse?
No, of course, of course.
Do you remember, on your first day of training camp with the new Vanguard recruits, you spent days preparing your arrows, your bow, making sure they were 100% tip-top shape. But I still chuckle at this. At the last moment you forgot to pack your water skin. You spent an entire week licking up forest dew. I still chuckle to that this day.
And I had been hoping that everyone would have forgotten that incident.
Your father, kind of near you, chimes in. Yeah, but don't forget, C was the only one of them trainees that ate that week. She took down and field dressed that 3-point buck the first day, ate like a king the rest of the week. The rest of them boys nearly starved to death. One of them fools ate 4 rations the night he got back and proceeded to redecorate his bunk and bunkmate with sick.
I do remember that as well.
Yes. Skilled she was, yes. Well, it is definitely good to see you here. It's very nice to have you back. But what are your plans going forward?
Well, we'll be proceeding to Roteberg, and by the sounds of it, and then possibly onto the Badlands. I'll have to discuss that with the others, and the possibility that Vladivostok is somehow involved with the business that brought us here in the first place. And I know I spoke with Da about Bryn leaving, so I'm keeping that in mind, checking in on her if we end up heading that way.
Please tell me, Aiden, that you did not request that Seer should go chasing after her in Aura. I did no such thing. I simply just advised her where her sister was.
Exactly.
Aura is a dangerous place, but I do not fear for her safety like I do yours, Saoirse. I've trained her well. She can handle herself in any situation. Again, that weight is lifted off my shoulders a bit, seeing you with so many talented people around you, but still, I do not think she is in danger of any sort. She kind of has this kind of an attitude with both of you.
Yeah, and Saoirse's eyebrow, one eyebrow would kind of raise. She would raise her one eyebrow at her mother, saying she doesn't worry about Bryn because she trained her well, but she worries about Saoirse. I've always appreciated your concern, Ma.
I have no problem with you if you want to chase your owlbears, and you are perfectly safe there, but it's just different, and maybe I'm just being silly. I don't know, but I do fear for your safety.
Well, as you said, I now have friends who help keep an eye on me. And we try to stay out of trouble. Well, most of us. Dante likes to show magic tricks and card tricks that might get him in trouble one of these days, from what I've seen. But
nothing too serious. It's okay.
Yeah.
He seemed more of an athletic type than a sorcerer type.
Oh, yeah, not those kinds of magic tricks.
Oh, I see.
Yes. The kind of magic tricks that may lead to him showing others his athleticism.
Aye. Yes, those are a dime a dozen, aren't they? Okay, well...
If it's any consolation, ma'am, Saoirse has proven herself more than once that she's capable of handling herself.
Yes, I would imagine that's Saoirse. She's very helpful that way. She's very good supporting staff. I am glad that you guys are working together.
She has saved our hide more than once. Bran continues to insist, or at least instill that fact onto her mother.
So, what do you plan on doing in Rodingham? If you're going to, you said you're taking the girl. That's good. That's good. Will you be? You have a group. Will you be going to the King's Battle?
Cameo looks at everyone else.
Sounds like a plan. I mean,
Certainly a possibility. I think we can discuss on the road.
Begrudgingly.
It's a great test of bravery and strength.
I mean, this is the third time. I'm pretty sure this has come across our. This has come to our attention.
It's a very big deal.
It's like an omen. It's like an omen, if you believe in those things.
To have my daughter compete against those great warriors would be a great honor, and even when you were beaten, I'm proud to know that you have tried. The festival starts, I think, this week, and the battles start next, I believe. So if you're going there, it'll take you a good 4 or 5 days from here to get there.
Plenty of time to decide what we do.
Yes.
Camille is in the corner. She's fallen quiet, but she doesn't seem pleased about the idea. But she says nothing.
Well,
It's our only lead for the artifacts.
Yes, for the artifacts. But I only wanted to make sure that the girl arrived safe. I'm not fighting for gold.
Neither am I, Cam.
Pointless. And she looks at the rest and nods. I'll be on my way. Go into the forest.
yes, I think it's... I hate to say it, but I think I need some extra rest today as well. If you excuse me. She makes her way upstairs to her normal room.
And as soon as she's out of sight up the stairs or around the corner, what have you, Saoirse would just sigh, then grab a drink and throw it back. Either just slugging back a mug of mead, or if they happen to have anything harder, she would do a shot.
Yeah, you would definitely get a shot here.
Yeah, she would do something, probably both. Actually, you know what she would do? She would grab a mug and a shot, make a Boilermaker, and throw it back. That is what she would do. That is kind of the mood that she's in after. Oh, she's always been so passive-aggressive.
Yeah. Let me get you another one in the house here. You see the gnome friend gonna make another one after you down that one. Here you go.
Thank you. And she would throw that one back.
Hey, you go rest a little bit. I'll get you some more in a little bit, okay?
Perfectly fine.
Alright. About this time, Branimir.
15-20 minutes.
Yes.
Branimir, you get a message. I am very worried from Notri. I have not heard from him. I can travel to you. Can we meet to discuss? Where are you? From Saga.
Oh, Saga. I thought it was Weiss.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Okay.
it's a subtle difference.
Yeah, I got two wizards. One's a... Yeah, anyway.
Alright, so to this, Bran will he's been cupping his glass of milk, or not glass, or tankard of milk, and having this message kind of reverberate into his mind. It kind of startles him awake, and he listens intently, especially at the mention of No Tree being possibly in danger. He will agree to a meeting immediately and relay the location of where they are. And after he's done relaying this message, he'll also tell the rest of the group that No Tree may or may not be in danger, and that Saga will be paying us a visit.
Okay. I think with that, as you guys have continuing through this day, I think we will pick this up again tomorrow. Or, not tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going to continue it tomorrow. We will continue this
Tomorrow?
next time. Next
No.
Next
Play D&D
time.
every day. Let's do it every day.
Per day.
Next
Alright.
time. Day.
Ooh, boys, you're just
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I felt that passive aggressiveness.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
say anything. Dante may
Mom's
say something
great.
too.
Yeah, Bran had to kind of speak up there. And, Saoirse's a big girl. She can handle herself.
Yeah, but she's a soft, squishy archer compared to the compared to the fighter sorceress that her spoilers.
Battle mage.
Compared to the...
The extra
Yes.
oomph that she has as a fighter.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to all of our followers and supporters this week, every week, for being here, being part of the show. Got a couple of new follows for the break, or during the past couple of weeks. So thank you for all the support, all the follows. Last thing before we go, I want to take a moment and shout out our players. In the info blocks below, you will see some links. Go there, check out these wonderful people. Some of them have links to their Twitter accounts, like Throwaway Doodles, who is not here this evening, but usually is here. Ellen, who plays Boltzmann. RPG Theologian, who is Rob, who plays Saoirse. The Relentless Hunter, Aaron, who plays Branimir. Some people who stream on Twitch, like Thumper Knox, who is Ryan, who plays Dante. Yumi Cigar Tony, who plays Camiel. They stream right here on Twitch on a semi-regular basis, so go ahead and drop them a follow, drop them a sub. It would be most appreciative. I'm somewhere in between. I'm Brad. I'm known as Monocled Moose on all platforms. Go and check us out. Please go to the info boxes below. Check the links. Say hi to us there. If you missed any part of this episode, the VOD is available immediately on Twitch, but they won't stay there forever. If you want to catch any of our previous episodes of the campaign, our link is to our YouTube is below. Search Black Dragon RP and look for the big dragon eye logo. And I think that wraps us up for this week. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you all the players. We will see you here again, not next week, but April 16th, same time, same Twitch channel. We love you very much. Thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye. Good night. Good day.
Bye.